corporate shill guy, and this is...
Gone to hell, more like it. It started when magic came back. The awakening, some called it. You're rubbing elbows with orcs, elves, even trolls these days. Meanwhile, megacorps bleed the world dry, one board meeting at a time. They own just about everything. But not us. We're Shadowrunners. Mercenaries, operating in the margins, working dangerous jobs for the desperate and the powerful. Being a runner takes more than skill and street smarts. You want to live long enough to get paid, you'll need a team, the right talent for the job. Maybe that's a mage, someone who can fry your enemies with deadly spells. A good decker can jack into the Matrix and bypass the toughest security without leaving a trace. Adepts, riggers, shaman, and don't forget your street samurai. Packing enough firepower and cyberware to take on a small army. Man, magic, and machine. Takes it all to survive in the shadows. Welcome to the sprawl.
Hi guys! Welcome! I don't know, I'm just gonna look mysteriously at the camera. To Shadowrun Corporate Sins. I'm back! This is weird. I'm not used to this. I assume that I'm on, because they would tell me if I'm not.
Oh, would you?
No, they'd probably just make me talk to the camera for a while, because I would call them a name, but that would be inappropriate.
Oh!
Then they would turn the camera off on you.
It's Billy.
Hi guys! Welcome to Shadowrun Corporate Sins. My name is Lauren and I will be your GM for this evening. Super professional, 100%, know what I'm doing all the time. You are watching Hyper RPG, a hyperactive, interactive, community-driven channel, and one of the ways that it is driven by the community is on this show itself. We have subscribers have access to our Discord where they can join a corporation, and those corporations can plot and plan and make maniacal thoughts. That's not a grammatically correct sentence. To determine the fate of MMFEC, our mostly adequate team of Shadowrunners. Other ways that you can also participate in this show. It's kind of a nice synergistic thing. If you donate $10, then a player or myself gets a bonus Shadowrun, it's a D6, but you know, a bonus Hyper RPG thumper die that they can use during one of their rolls to make them more extra awesome and slightly less likely to die.
Yay.
Probably.
Yay.
They're very happy
helpful.
about that.
I like them. They let
Also,
me
if
flirt.
you tag that donation with the name of the corporation you're part of, it's good for your corporation. So, I don't have any other announcements from Rai because I assume he did his announcements during his previous episode.
Money.
Onaciara tonight. Who's on
Hashtag
Onaciara tonight?
Cromwell
Mr.
and
Sarah?
hashtag Lauren.
Ooh,
Did
that's
no
a
one want to hang
surprise.
out with him?
Bold choice.
Oh.
No one's allowed
That's
to
what
hang
I
out
say
with
too
him.
when no one hangs out with me.
And then I just force her to hang out with me. So guys, that'll be a fun thing to look forward to. Stick around after our show for not only the rolling machinations of the metagame, but also Overlord and his lording over.
Yeah.
Nailing it.
Lord does excellent.
Your
Let's start
brain
with
is
a
on
reminder.
today.
That's where the name comes from.
School has been going, guys. School has started, and I teach sometimes. So, last week, there was a fever dream that everybody simultaneously experienced as just assuming they were either unconscious or just like spontaneously received a virus on their comlink.
Cannon.
That made them believe that there was giant spiders and other
Oh,
critters
actually
that-
happened. One spider.
A giant
One
spider and many rabbits and other things that have destroyed the fabric of the universe.
One universe.
Pretty great. It's pretty great. One universe. Our universe, the universe that MMFEC are in. Before that, though, more plot-related things happened. In that episode, we're reaching back like 2 weeks now, guys. This is gonna be tough. So in the previous 2 weeks, MMFEC had been hired sort of hired. We're repaying a favor to the Draco Foundation by helping Dana Oakes, the district attorney for the Seattle Metroplex, locate and bring in Emil Corrigan, who was the chief of staff to Brakhaven, the current governor. You all got that, right? Perfectly, you understand. Perfect. Dana Oakes wanted to pull from Corrigan, through whatever means she needed, some information pertaining to Brakhaven's involvement in the various murders and assassinations of previous political figures a few years back. The first part, the acquisition of Corrigan, went super well. Pretty much everything went well for them. They got him, they went to this corporate retreat, they brought him back, they met up with Oakes, everything was great.
You mean Infec's part.
Infec's part. They did well, more than adequate, but things are not always meant to be.
Jeez.
And Corrigan was assassinated by another group of more devious Shadowrunners, known as Scarlet Fire.
Nemesis.
They are Nemesis.
Just to be clear, do they spell fire as F-Y-R-E?
That's yes.
I hate them even more.
Oh. Let's make it whichever one you're gonna hate even more.
I do hate that more.
That's just
So we'll go with that.
too
version
brazen.
Of it.
I don't like it.
So, Scarlet Fire, in their terribleness, assassinated Corrigan, tried to assassinate Dana Oakes, but mostly thanks to the quick thinking of a certain Fang and also the kindness of a certain GM, Dana Oakes managed to survive despite being dropped on the ground. Yeah, we're just ignoring that part.
It was
a
great.
choice that was made by a character. They made a choice.
I did the saving part. Fang did the saving part.
For the most part, you got 90% of the way there.
Well,
It's the
technically,
thing-
by Shadowrun rules, dropping that amount of distance would not cause any damage.
Yeah, but when you drop someone who has a large spike embedded in their shoulder blade
And
rules
fall
get a
on
little
them.
fuzzy.
That was the other
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, and then you fell on her.
Well,
too.
Yeah.
to be honest, 90% is still an A in American standards.
Great.
And that means Fang is A.
Wait, kids get A's with 90s these days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A minus.
Depending on your
minus.
rating scale. I mean, actually, it's really. Anyway,
Back in my day, you got a C.
You needed a 96 in my day.
good. Okay, so.
We're off topic.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Should we introduce ourselves?
Let's do that. While we're just on this off-topic train, let's move it back. Who's that guy?
That guy is Dan Poslins, at Dan Poslins on the Twitters. And I play Mordecai, the dwarven mage, who uses magic and being a dwarf to do stuff.
Hi, everybody. I am Cheryl Platz, aka Muppet Aphrodite, on Twitter and Twitch, and I play our elven Decker, and Decker's like a hacker, named Mainframe in MMFEC.
Hi, I'm Claudia, or by the Twitch and the Twitter, I go by Jackie Dash, Jakidash, and I am playing our orc street samurai who deals with the guns and cybernetic limbs.
Hi, Thumpers. I'm Janine, and I play Ellie Hawthorne, as she's going by now, the human teenage face of the group, who is the spy, negotiator, and occasional rocket launcher devotee. Admiral Asma is my Twitter handle.
I am Tony Beeman. I'm at LBeefus on Twitter, and or play Cromwell, the currently unconscious, passed out, on his way to the hospital, I hope, unarmed adept. What does his butler in with his fists and with magic?
Excellent. And my name is Lauren. I am your GM for this evening. You may also find me as Random Tuesday on the Twitch and the Twitters. And I am so ready.
Oh, God.
That's never a good sign.
Nope.
That's great. All right, so we find ourselves in various locations depending on your critical status at the end of the previous session. Cromwell, are you raising your hand to ask your
No,
question?
I wanted to go with a secret high five for being unconscious in the party HTR ambulance van.
So we're gonna skip forward a little bit of time. Elsie, Mainframe, and Mordecai were asked very nicely to get into Ares's knight errant who arrived to get into their van. That sounds wrong. They
had candy.
They did not. They had
And
guns.
puppies?
They were instructed to not point rocket launchers at them or grenade launchers. I don't entirely remember which one it was, but
Rocket launcher.
it was a rocket
It's
launcher.
Anti-vehicle.
Yeah. So
rocket.
don't point that at the cops.
Okay.
So I assume they went without too much argument.
Yes, although I made it clear that we have footage of what happens in there from my drone. So, it's well documented that we did not shoot Emil Corrigan in the head.
And that was sent to Miss J. And she was messaged because
She knows. She is aware of
probably
what
need
is
a lawyer.
happening. So they're essentially instructed that until they need to gather everything together, they're not officially under arrest, but they suggest they come with them unless they want more significant trouble. They're going to take their companions to the hospital as well as Miss Oakes, and they will basically at this point they're placed under hospital arrest in the sense that they give them a check, make sure they're okay. Probably give them some nice painkillers just in case they have any damage. So get them all healed up, but you're not really supposed to leave that hospital room without permission. There's definitely an armed guard standing in there.
Can I warn them also? Just Cromwell tends to think he's dying anytime he's in a hospital, so you may just want to talk him down off that ledge if we're not around.
So Cromwell and Fang are placed into more intensive care. And eventually, because I assume you both took physical damage. Quite a bit. Resulted in unconsciousness. Great. So they're patching you up, the various wounds, the bullet holes, and the stab woundings, or in your case, just the cooked innards that were unpleasant. And you come to probably sometime in the afternoon the next day. So it's about 12 hours later. And it's a hospital room. There's some nurses and doctors around. You're definitely restrained, but no one seems to be actively pointing a weapon at you.
How restrained?
You have wrist. You're kind of strapped to the bed, sort of. If you started fighting, someone might stick a hypodermic needle in your neck.
It's good to know. I just need to know. I'm not gonna plan anything.
Whoa! All right, what was I reincarnated as this time?
Mr. Cromwell,
Right.
you're in the hospital. One of the nurses will come over. I need you. I'm just taking your blood pressure. You're alive.
I'm alive? Right, but what am I? Like a pig or an owlbear? Do they have owlbears these days?
No, still a troll.
I'm reincarnated as a troll again? Well,
You're
fantastic.
Do you believe in reincarnation, sir?
Of course I do.
Excellent. You didn't die.
I didn't die?
You didn't die.
Oh, well, that's even better. I'll have a chance to get it right before I die. Maybe I can become an owlbear.
Sure. Okay. At some point, the other three of you will be allowed to go into their room when both of them are conscious. So you're all back in the same room. There's a few guards in there, and you feel this sense that you're in this sort of holding space, that something is eventually going to happen, but you're not 100% sure what. Thing.
Is there jello?
Yes.
Great.
But you can't eat it because your hands are strapped down.
Yeah, you're clearly being given intravenous fluids.
Is she allowed? I don't know if I'm allowed to give you jello.
If you try and give her jello, none of the guards will seem
Somebody's gonna feed me jello.
a problem.
Fine, I will feed you. I will feed you jello. Fine. So I
It's just soy jello anyway.
Jello?
This is not how I expected this run to end. I'll break the ice.
I don't know that the run has ended. We're under pretty heavy guard here. I don't know
Well,
if
the
you all
running has
noticed.
ended. We are definitely not running anymore.
There's
It's
no
not literal running.
I
all the time
really
anymore.
want to find out how Dana Oakes, how she's doing, if she's.
And as if the spirits as if the heavens heard you, the world is answered. In walks a familiar figure.
Is it Dana Oakes?
No, it's Miss J.
Oh, thank God.
She comes into the room, has her standard entourage. That at this point you're like, we probably should know their name, but we've definitely never asked.
Uh-oh.
And they sort of look at you they're like, we know all of your names. And so the two of them are there.
I do that.
Jay comes
Hey, you! Good to see you.
Miss J sort of surveys the two of you and kind of looks at the guards. I think the restraints are unnecessary, and they'll come and allow Fang to feed herself Jello.
I would love to do that, thank you. Yes, I'm an adult.
Good news. Miss Oaks is alive, but in critical condition. She has been conscious enough that I've had some conversations with her, and it seems that she is interested in pursuing this further and pulling some strings. Specifically, and she looks at Fang, Miss
Don't say it.
Fang. Yes. Does Fang actually say that?
Both
She
those
has
two.
a very direct proposition for you that may involve one of your compatriots, but I think it's something you will find interesting unless you wanted to go back to prison for violating your parole for the third time, is it now?
Definitely. Definitely only 4. Only
But
4.
what about
Excuse
that
me.
time we went down to Tangier to get... Oh, Lord.
Your fever dreams, Cromwell. He's just,
I will be very honest with you. Unless they're all coming with me, I don't want to go back to prison.
You wouldn't be going alone, but we have something else that they're needed for. And in fact, if you would like to meet Miss Oaks, I believe she is conscious at this moment in time and would like to speak with you.
Great.
her alone?
Let's
let's
like it.
clarify.
Yeah, like
I have no idea what happened after I got shot.
It was all okay. It was okay.
Basically, HTR arrived and Scarlet Fire quit like they always do.
Right? And ran.
And yeah,
Why does Fang-
just when we had them.
Why does Fang smell like bacon?
mages happened and my inside was cooked.
Oh, I hate mages.
I know, I tried, I mean,
I mean,
I'm
Shaman.
standing.
you're a
right
shaman,
here.
not
you're
a mage.
great. You can
Shut-
stay, Big Papa.
Did you just volunteer us for prison, by the way? Did you just say, unless
Yeah.
they're going to prison with
Yeah.
me, I'm not going to prison?
Let's.
Miss J at this point has like started walking out of the room.
Can I leave my bed? I'm unrestrained, right?
You are unrestrained.
Do I have an IV still in my
Yes.
not arm?
One of the nurses will be like, wait, you like clearly try and get up. And they're like, no, let me unhook you.
There's so
Stop, you're damaging the equipment.
There's like 5 probably just
I
like
eat Fang's
plugs.
pudding or Jello while she's doing this.
So they unhook you. And like, can you walk? Do you need a
Probably.
wheelchair? Okay.
I'm a tough girl.
And you'll be silently followed and escorted by a couple of the area's guards.
I can't bring. That's actually better.
With Dana Oaks, right? She's still there.
I know.
Dana Oaks is
Yeah,
in a
it was
different
Miss
room.
J.
You're going to meet her. Miss J is coming.
Oh, God.
And
And
just her,
Oaks is
right?
mortally wounded.
Just me.
No, all of you.
Oh, good. Thank goodness.
Like, just Fang comes and she's like, are the rest of you coming? Miss Oaks wanted to meet all of you.
Oh, that's...
well,
we'd love
that's
to
what
see
we
it.
wanted to know.
Cromwell
I'm
just
sorry,
picks
that
up
wasn't clear.
picks up all the IV fluid
Yeah.
things. He just picks them up and carries them with him.
Like, 3 of them aren't even attached. Great. So you go into Miss Oaks' room and it's a fairly large, she's the only one in there.
Oh, good.
There's 2 guards posted on her room as well. They look pretty attentive and alert. You notice that this room does not have any windows. It's on the interior of the building.
That's smart.
And it was through, like, you went through a couple of security doors. Like, it's the ICU, but it's clearly a special portion of it. And she sort of sits up. She's pretty clearly on several painkillers. Like, her eyes kind of have that, like, I'm sort of here. But everything feels warm and fuzzy and light.
So glad to see you okay.
Well, I have the 4 of you, 5. Yep, I can see how many there are. The 5 of you to thank for that. And apparently, the Dracula Foundation, which I was not aware of.
Oh, that's right. That was a secret.
And
Are they here?
Miss J just sort of stands in the corner. It's like,
I didn't see you in the corner.
Elsie, thank you.
Gotta work with me.
So Oaks at this point, like, kind of her eyes focus in and she looks at Fang. Miss Glasgow, Shell, you've violated your parole now 4 times, 5 times.
Yes.
Your parole officer has spoken to me, and, well, at this point, it's gonna take most of a miracle to not put you directly back in jail. And I have a potential miracle for you.
That was an up and down. Like, yeah, yes. Let's hear this. Like, I like this. Yes.
I need you to make a friend in jail. There's a previous member of Scarlet Fire that was captured when we rescued, Miss Drigishvili was rescued by the Shadowrunners. She did not escape and is now being incarcerated, but refuses to give us any information.
I'm
about
great
who's
at
hired her.
That's what I'm known for.
Please,
Fang,
please
danger
roll.
friend,
Please
last name.
roll a deception. I think it's performance. Con, that's the one.
Crap. Well, good thing I have Thumper dice. So, Thumpers, thank you in advance. I'm gonna use 4 because if you don't know this, Fang rolls 0 on everything. 1 and also a glitch.
Good. So you try really hard to say, I'm so good at making
Look at all my friends. There's like 3 of them I consider friends.
Let's be clear, this isn't one of those sorts of friendships. I need you to get information from her on who she worked for. Specifically, who hired her to kidnap Miss Drigishvili, and if anyone else is more directly involved. We have suspicions that it is the Humanist Poly Club, but we need a name. We need to know who to investigate and evidence enough to arrest them. I can arrange for one of your companions to go in with you as a handler. They can be posted as some sort of prison official. You will go in.
Yeah, because I've been there before.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally...
Mostly without weapons. I can allow you to take some more concealable ones in.
I can keep my arms, right?
Yes.
Okay. Start.
The rest of you, thankfully, I suppose, with Corrigan dead, Ares Knight Errant has frozen his assets and accessed some of his more personal computer files. Unfortunately, they've been scrubbed of any important or useful information. Not surprising, but from what I know of Corrigan, he was a paranoid man would be the way to put it. We're all sort of paranoid. It's the best way to survive. And I'm confident he has a store of this information that cannot be accessed by anyone other than himself. Somewhere secure, somewhere off-site. I want you to find that information, and we can use it to take Brakhaven down. I would suggest starting at his work or his apartment, seeing what you can find where he might have sent it to.
Is this under the table or above the table? Do we have access legally to his place of work and his home, or is this something we have to do surreptitiously?
Depending on how nice you can be to these knight errant guards, you can get some access without too much difficulty.
All right then.
Now,
How convincing you can be.
I'm sympathetic to the cause and all, don't get me wrong, but the last run we did was a freebie as a favor.
At this point, Miss J steps in. The Draco Foundation has had sufficient discussions with Miss Oakes that she understands the necessity of our involvement. Consider this an addition. We will pay you an additional 10,000 new yen for completing both of these missions.
Elsie, does that sound good to you?
And your dock wagon contract, as well as potential reimbursement for necessary, and she makes very direct eye contact with Elsie, expenses.
So you and I should talk offline about what you consider to be necessary.
Rocket launching a Bentley into Lake Union generally wouldn't qualify as necessary.
I do not remember this.
I was not invited to this party.
Just to be clear.
That's a strange example for someone to use.
So, I just want to...
as an example.
Okay.
I just want to point out that when we signed up to be on retainer with the Draco Foundation, you said that contract was non-exclusive. Yeah. And I would assume then that means that we're not judged for taking other jobs outside of the Draco Foundation. So I would consider that Bentley job
as an example of something that would be considered a non-necessary expense.
As a hypothetical example, we're really digging into this.
As an example of a job that was done in not for Draco Foundation, and therefore I'd like maybe to keep quiet.
Let's just call it water under the Bentley.
Above the Bentley?
It was over the Bentley because the Bentley.
All
Presumably
around
at some point it was
consuming
under.
the Bentley.
She smiles. Certainly. I
Have you ever
simply
owned a
provided
rocket
it.
launcher? I think that's the problem with this conversation.
I
'cause-
simply provided it as a hypothetical example. You're the one who took it so far.
Okay, well, I some people have mechanical arms, some people
Have rocket launchers.
and like to steal things sometimes. So
I am aware of both
District
of these
attorney
facts.
is right here.
She's like, these are all hypothetical examples.
Yeah.
I'm also very high on morphine right now.
great.
They still eat.
I mean, I think that fee is fine. We still consider this, a cause that we're interested in. I'm concerned about how Fang is getting out of prison. It's very easy to get Fang into prison, but that would be my question: is what
It's
is the
very
extraction?
easy to get Fang into
That's
prison.
the miracle I'm offering. If you can provide me this information, I looked at your file. There's no case against you. They shouldn't have charged you. Clearly, it was a setup.
I mean,
I'll get the charges dropped and your criminal sin erased.
If she's
Wow.
successfll.
and if not, I have
If
to
you're
go
not
back there
successful, I'm
anyways.
sort of assuming that it's because something bad happened.
Like, this
So
is my
you're
only
saying
shot.
there, like, if she's not her success, the extraction plan depends on her success.
If I don't do this, she goes in either way.
Yeah.
This is providing her a way of getting out.
She
She's
broke her parole to save you.
No.
She broke her parole long before that.
Okay, wait a minute.
Wait,
No.
wait,
Oh, wait, no. This
Like-
lady is right. I mean, this lady's in dead oaks. I knew when I got into this that, like, shadow running is not clean work. We're the cleanest shadow runners I know, seeing as I've met, like, 3 shadow runners other than you guys. But,
Several of them others have tried to murder
yeah,
me, so.
I've made this choice because I thought it would be the number one way to get rid of this, and now I have my shot. Yeah, it's risky, but
Be clear, she goes up against someone what's got a connection with Humanus Poly Club, and in return, it's not just her current sins that gets erased, it's her past ones.
yes.
Criminal sin.
That's a pretty sweet
She's
deal.
under arrest right
So
now.
I would say
She broke her parole.
true.
These Ares Knight Errant guards will take her in unless I
Oh.
tell them not to.
Well,
she can't do
but here's the thing, Miss Oakes, is that you're a sworn public servant,
I am.
and you have information that exonerates a member of our crew.
Ooh.
So, I would actually argue that
I have
this
a
is a
professional
form-
opinion that exonerates her. I am able to have the charges erased and dropped, but I don't have evidence for it.
I'm saying by making her release contingent upon her success, you're kind of being a shadow runner about it.
Ooh, sick burn. Elfie,
Oh.
roll your negotiation.
Are you insulting her by something that we are?
No, I'm saying that she has a legal duty as an elected official of Seattle. She cannot choose whether and when she does her job
If we're fighting against
for
injustice,
personal
so she should.
gain, which is exactly what she's doing right
Can
now.
I assist her on the roll by just going, ooh?
Yes. I'll let you know whether or not that's an assist.
You can roll 4
Oh.
extra.
4 extra?
It was a good roll.
What did you roll?
Leadership? Leadership?
It's like a 5-minute ooh.
Yeah, you should have rolled leadership more. Or yeah, we'll allow it.
I roll more dice for leadership.
Okay, so Elsie's feeling pretty good, and then she hears Mordecai and she's just like just confident enough to do just a little bit of the next step. So we'll see if that actually. Ooh, great. So I rolled 7.
Look, Humanist Poly Club is one of the most racist. It's the racist of racists. It's the racist cherry on top of the racist sundae. Anything we can do to hurt them, I'm up for.
And Elsie, as nice as you are for helping me, I do it regardless.
So
Here's the thing,
Oak's size. She's still kind of hopped up.
Yeah.
And she looks at you. If we don't find this evidence, I won't be alive long enough to make this happen.
And we're very motivated to get you that evidence.
So if I can leave this security facility with these guards, and under good faith believe that Miss Glasgow did not commit the crimes she was arrested for, then I will have the charges dropped.
Nice.
But it is unlikely that that will be possible if I am dead.
Gotcha.
Well, it sounds like we have an accord.
I would say so. I could have asked you for more money, but really, we're asking
We're
you.
fine.
This is why we're asking for this instead.
I mean, more money is nice.
No, Big Papa.
Guys, let's just let Fang. This is
I can
important to
find
Fang.
other Shadowrunners.
Yeah.
It's important
Don't.
to Fang.
No, I definitely need this, guys. Like, this is...
I'm just saying, if she
Literally
wanted to give us
everything.
more money, I wouldn't turn it away.
No, but this is
Miss J says, I think Miss Oakes may need some more rest now.
okay.
Well, we should
I-
probably get some information about what Fang is going to be up against.
I'm assuming there'll be a debriefing
Miss
before
J
my
can
mission.
help.
And she'll nod over. One of the Knight Errant guards will kind of come over and be like, Miss Glasgow, you are under arrest for the violation of your parole. If you come with me and kind of will gesture at whichever person wants to volunteer to come with her and your representative.
Right, listen,
Wait,
listen
this
up.
is where we need to have a conversation. Can you...
How about we take all of you and then I'll give you some space and then you'll let me know. Then we'll have a conversation.
We'll come with Fang to prison and keep
Miss
her
Oakes
company
has
on the
also
ride.
convinced Knight Errant to provide you with some additional support during this time, so I will let us know when you're ready, and we'll give you our professional opinions and information.
Thank you. What did you say your name was?
John.
John. Thank you, John.
John. He's really bored.
John is really bored.
So, I mean, you've been to prison before. You
So they'll kind of usher you out of the room
Yeah.
and like gesture you into like an empty hospital room. The nurses are like, I guess we don't have anyone in here.
You can be in here until...
So they said they could get one of us in, not as a prisoner, but as someone who works there. As much as I'd like to be there to put my thumb in the eye, I don't think Charlie Hammer's gonna pull off a prison official.
No.
Well, a lot of it would depend on what kind of a person this is that you're trying to that you're trying to infiltrate with.
what? I mean,
Do we know if they're like a technomancer? Or are they?
I think having someone who is not a prisoner is going to be most beneficial to me because then we'll have a chance to break off. Because if you
You can go into like consultation or something
Yeah.
that can pull you in. So you have a visitor.
However, I'm really worried about this other thing that you guys are gonna have to do because it's time crunchy sensitive.
I'm afraid I can't volunteer to
Yeah.
be your man on the inside because
Right.
it looks like I'm being called to Emil's.
If it's a
Of the
prison where
data.
they put a member of Scarlet Fire, they're likely to be good against SWAT, the magic, and the technological, so maybe we need the social.
I think I need the face.
okay.
Besides, I think I could use Charlie Hammer's help tracking down Emil's last data havens.
Right.
And we know how Sharky does with Knight Errant.
I don't know what you're
We
referring
don't
to.
want a repeat of last time.
That was the implication.
Last time.
Shark at law.
Sharky is a capricious creature. He has lots of opinions.
I'm glad.
Perhaps we can let Sharky have his visitation if he needs one.
Yes, that's the.
I'm sure he'd like that.
All right.
So,
I think it's gonna be. Well, you already stood up for me once, and here's the thing. This would be a big favor to me. And the money is nice for you guys, but I don't want to make you go to this place if you don't want to.
I don't think it's gonna be that scary for me.
Is it a problem that she's 15 years old?
It might
Getting
be.
a
It might
job
be, but
as a
you won't be too
prisoner.
mean to the prisoners, right? I mean, not all of them deserve to be there. Some of them's political prisoners.
It might not be so bad if she makes all the other prisoners cry.
That's why she's gonna be good at it.
I'm not in there with them. They're in there with me.
And that's why I think we need you. God, if you ever become part of the Force. But
quote.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I'm a member of the staff, then I can come and go and get you.
So would you like to be placed as like a guard or?
I'd like to be placed as a counselor.
Oh, good. A therapist?
Uh-huh.
Oh, this is gonna be fun for me.
that's exactly what you need to be.
I feel like that's because if I'm a guard, they'll put me on rotation.
You will
But
get
if I'm a
murdered so
therapist-
fast.
Do we know what information we need to get from this former Scarlet Fire?
Who hired them?
First of all, what is this individual's name?
You haven't asked that.
we
but
don't-
at this point, so the guard, John's waiting outside if you want to bring him back in.
John! Excuse me, John?
Yeah?
I feel like I should call you officer something. Is there something I can...
Officer Smith.
Smith!
Oh.
Be respectful.
That's obviously a fake name.
We were just wondering,
Glasgow.
this individual from Scarlet Fire, what is their name?
I've been told you're supposed to be making contact with Lottie Sokolov. He's
Now that's a fake name.
female.
Can you say the last name again? Is it Sokolov?
Sokolov.
Sokolov.
Sokolov. She's Russian.
Oh.
And the first name?
Lottie.
Lottie.
Sounds familiar. Interesting.
Is she in your connections?
No. This sounds like a troll
Can
killer we
you-
met once.
Can you tell us anything about them? Do you
That
know
sounds
if they...
like my name, but it's not. 'cause
Okay.
that one I believe was Letty.
Oh.
Letty and
Letta.
Lottie.
Letta Robertson.
Okay,
You're
so
thinking of.
Lottie's different.
Can you tell us what their role was as part of Scarlet Fire?
I can assume they were some sort of individual like Miss Glasgow.
A street
So-
samurai?
She's heavily augmented, although most of those have been disabled, but we find it somewhat immoral to leave someone without any legs in prison.
Cyber legs. The worst kind of legs.
It's not true.
Those which cannot be removed have been dealt with, but obviously we're not going to rip them out of
Is
her
she,
body.
can we have you have a picture of her?
And he'll like pass the picture, and she's at this point like, this is like the meanest mug that you've ever seen. Like clearly a scar going across her eye, like through her eyebrow. Her mouth is just like a thin line. She's fairly fair-skinned, but her hair has been shaved back.
Is it a human, elf?
Like a smiley face with a scar that's not smiling.
Yes, exactly like that.
Did she ever have fun? Did she look like a face that's meant like? Would she have fun eating a cotton candy?
She might have fun eating your face.
Wow.
I don't.
That's not.
This
that's
is gonna
not
be
my
really
kind of
hard to
fun.
make friends.
Oh, you have to make
What's
friends
her? What's her meta species?
Human.
Is she
She's
human? Human. Okay.
fairly heavily augmented. And that's the basic information they have about her.
Wow.
That's.
I'm really glad I negotiated your, stuff without us succeeding.
Who's coming in with? I was told someone needs to get set up with some credentials. If you go speak with Barb, she'll get that coordinated. That's on the hallway.
Time for a pencil suit, isn't it?
Glasgow, you're gonna need to come with me.
Yeah, we've done this before.
They like to put you in cuffs and kind of walk you away. Reads you the Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you do or say.
Stay strong, Fang.
I just run up and give her a hug before she goes in.
I'll come back. And we'll do fish things.
I'll look forward to it.
Yeah.
You got this, Fang.
Thanks, Big Papa.
You just keep thinking quick.
Yeah.
You've got this, Elsie. Ellie. I've been to prison a few times. It's not that bad if you just make a good impression. And besides, you're a therapist. Everyone's gonna be afraid of you.
Okay.
Elsie.
Don't remind them of their mother.
We'll be on the comms. If you need help, just ask.
Okay.
Try not to break too many of them.
Okay. Well,
It's not gonna be as bad as high school.
I mean, when I growing up, everybody I knew had gone to jail. It seemed like so.
Right, well, people who can't afford to get out of it in our line of work tend to go there at one point or another.
Maybe it won't be so bad.
Look, worst case, I'll run in, get you
No.
out, run back out.
No. You like drag through the door. No, don't do that.
Fair. Elsie will probably be fine. Like, the guards are going to be obligated to protect her if, like, a prisoner tries to stab her in the face.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really worried about my.
And the guards are trained.
Yeah, like
We're
this
worried
is fine for you.
No, and I know that, but I'm more worried about getting you out.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
Worst case, I'll run in and I'll get somebody to help me carry you, and I'll run back out right through the walls. Worries.
Let's not think about the worst case.
So that's plan. Like, let's call that Plan J.
Yeah.
But it's a good
Right, Miss J would approve.
We'll come back to the two of you in
yeah.
a second. You need to meet with Barb to get set up.
Okay.
So you have a little bit of time to go get yourself looking however you want to look. And the remaining three of you are still in the room, and Miss J will come in as she'll kind of wave to Fang and give you like a nod.
I mean,
Okay. You're back.
I'm dignified when I'm arrested. It's an
Are you?
eyebrow waggle.
And with Miss J are her guards, and then an additional knight errant individual. She kind of gestures to them. So the three of you, it seems, are going to be going after Corrigan's remaining information.
Yes.
What we're looking for is direct proof that Corrigan and Brakhaven were responsible for the death of Edmund Jeffries, as well as a number of other individuals' attempted and successful assassinations at that time, Miss Oakes being one of them. Seems that there's been a lot of people after her. And we're asking you to track down this information. Jane and John. Knight Errant doesn't have original names. She will help you get started if you have specific locations. Currently, Knight Errant are largely in control of the properties, or Corrigan's office, as well as Corrigan's apartment, although it is almost certain that someone else is watching them, and we'd like to keep this as discreet as possible, which either relies on you being convincing individuals of Knight Errant or stealthy Shadowrunners. Preferably both.
Is there any way you can supply us with supplies that would help us create the illusion of belonging?
And that's when Jane will come forward and she says, there's some contract negotiations. Knight Errant is able to provide you with, we can't provide you with actual identification. It seems that's something you may need to acquire on your own. That would be considered highly immoral. We cannot do this. However, we do have some additional new protection that we can offer you. This is something that Knight Errant has been testing and seems to have been successful and provide an extra boost to our forces with it that are on the street. So, and she's like very clearly the presentation, she's done this one. So we'd like to present to you the extra ballistic protection patch. It is integrated into your clothing, and it will provide you with a short-term burst of additional armor protection. In terms of game mechanics, this translates to you have 5 uses of it, and it adds 10 dice to your armor roll for 1 combat turn.
What?
To activate it. You cannot use them within the same combat turn because it has about a 2-minute recharge. That's about
So it doesn't
Or in the
stack.
same combat.
It does not stack. In the same combat round. Or in the same fight.
Does it take an action, standard action to activate it, or?
It is a simple action to activate it.
Can you activate it on response to being attacked, or must it be done preventatively?
You would need to use that as a reaction. So you could, but you'd need to spend 5 initiative for it.
Okay, like a parry. Okay.
They will also, when you meet Barb, she'll describe it to you as well. She'll be like, well, this can work with regular clothes, so if you have like an Actioneer's business suit, I'd recommend you apply it to that. Prisons can be dangerous places, and we've had this given to guards who go into riot situations within the cells. And John is like, so this might help you. It as just like a one-off armor. You can take this and apply it. You can have it, but you don't have any other armor when you're in there.
Oh.
What about
So
this bulk?
essentially, you have a one-use armor.
Because
Yeah, you cannot go in your full body armor.
Oh, but
Prison.
I
They're
like
gonna put
my.
you in scrubs.
Oh my god, I forgot how much prison sucks.
So
yeah.
she has one use of.
No, everyone has. You all have 5 uses.
We all have 5 uses. She has 5 uses of the same thing.
Yes.
Okay.
What
And
about
eventually,
this?
when you get your armor back, you can apply it. It's
What-
basically like a weird electronic circuit. It's essentially like I'm gonna say a force field that applies to your clothes. It's experimental, hand-wavy science from Ares Research Division. Ares, Knight Errant, protecting Seattle, one metroplex at a time.
Oh,
What about this?
Claudia really isn't all the stuff.
well, I'm
she's
just
not gonna
realizing,
have.
like, I rolled
Math.
8.
Yeah.
On my armor.
Yeah, you don't.
They
you
won't
don't
have
get
armor either, though.
any
so-
armor. They don't have armor. Remember, you're up against people that are in prison.
And they
Oh, that's
don't have
right.
weapons.
That's right, you just punch first, and then you start the riot.
Yes.
Unless they have
And say
fancy
that out loud.
patches.
This is knowing one to play. Great. So, is there any additional information that you've acquired? We were able to briefly visit Emil's primary residence, but there was a machine there that we were unable to access directly. Is that still on his premises?
Currently, we have not removed anything from the premises. I think this is Jane talking. Yes, great. Fine, Jane. Currently, we haven't removed anything from the premises. It's all a pending investigation. It's only been 12 hours. We're waiting for some warrants to be issued, so we are not actually currently authorized to be investigating.
Oh, yeah.
So
Of course.
it is Knight Errant then that will be watching the premises, and you want us to basically circumvent yourselves.
Yes and no. Knight Errant is watching, and Miss J says Knight Errant is watching, but there is undoubtedly other people watching. Do you think Brakhaven didn't bug his
And we still don't even know who it was what kidnapped Corrigan in the first place and took him to
know.
that island.
I was gonna bring that up. That was pretty weird.
I forgot. Oh, I'm in jail.
Do you know of any other enemies that Corrigan may have had that could
We're
have?
presuming Brakhaven is mad at him, or was mad at him for some reason, and is the one responsible for removing him from office quite permanently.
Interesting. So
How about that office? Is that still tied up in the warrants? Do you have any information about the status of his?
It is in the same status. No one is allowed in it. We're awaiting the official warrant to be allowed to process it. Unfortunately, we're not able to release Mrs. Oakes' status right now, and she would be the one who could circumvent the longer process of obtaining warrants. But given we don't want anyone storming in here trying to blow this whole hospital up to murder her, we're keeping it on the hush-hush how she's doing and where she is.
All right.
Charlie Hammer has a good way to get in this time. If we could get you into the apartment mainframe.
Yeah, that would be. I wasn't there the first time, but I can take care
There's
of it
a
if I'm
piece of
there.
equipment that Charlie Hammer left there that might, we might be able to retrieve.
I'm not entirely sure I want to know what this equipment
Oh,
is.
you remember all I told you. Charlie Hammer left a grenade.
Oh, no. That was the
character does
speaking.
not want
I
that.
really hope you said that out loud. It's just,
A grenade. Ow.
I had made a guess,
saying that out
Cromwell.
loud.
I don't need to know.
I'll admit I'm a bit confused as to how a grenade is going to help me with the computer, but
I'm not here or listening to any of this. In fact, me and Jane are going to leave the room while you discuss the exact details. And if you need more information, you know how to contact me.
yes, thank you, Jane. Thank you, John. Have a lovely evening. Is it evening? Is it morning?
Yeah, it's late afternoon.
Late afternoon. Have a lovely evening.
No one's arrested in the morning.
Yeah, they're all drinking coffee and eating
Are
donuts.
Jane and John the assistants? Or
Oh,
are they
okay,
not
so
errands?
Miss J was in
Okay.
the room. I'm bad at names, guys. Jane is the one who was talking to you, giving you the pitch about the armor. John is with Fang.
John is really grouchy.
John talks like this, and he hates life. And
Aw.
Elsie is about to meet with Barb.
We like Barb. I already can tell. Barb's gonna help me.
Barb doesn't know who you are.
Okay.
Okay, so the mainframe. Let's regroup. Fang is being delivered to prison. Elsie is going to go meet with the person who will get her established in prison. Mainframe, Mordecai, and Cromwell are in a room in the hospital
Yes.
that Miss
And just
J
to close out-
and Jane have left.
It's just close that line of discussion out. Well, why don't we head back to Emil's place tonight? I'll go in stealth mode, and Mordecai, maybe you can help me come in. And
Sure.
Cromwell, maybe you can run the more official knight errant.
Right. I've got a contact in the apartment.
Make it easier for us to do the initial
have a name?
infiltration.
Is it Lance Pendleton?
I might have his name.
I think I wrote it down, but now see who gets to it first.
Notes about my date with Captain Moore, but that's different. No, we didn't get his name. It says security guard. Anyway,
Let's.
his name was
Seth. His name was Seth.
Seth.
It was. I wrote it down. It's right here.
Well, we'll hit the apartments this evening. See what we can find.
Is there anything either of you need to do before we head over?
I've got my night errant equipment in your van.
All right then.
I'm ready to go.
Mainframe just sends a text to Captain Moore, just telling him that things are running a little later than expected, and can we reschedule for Saturday?
He'll respond. Of course. That sounds great. Also, did you meet with Rachel?
Yes, we had a lovely pair of sailings to the island. She is in exceptionally good spirits, but I would not advise contacting her because she does not appear to be a great fan of yours.
Yeah. That's all he says in response. All right. So, last but not least, Barb. And she's like sitting in their makeshift workroom, typing away on her terminal.
So, I'm just gonna like list some weapons and maybe you can tell me if I can take them into prison.
Okay. First of all, I need to know what position you want it to be within our facility.
Counselor.
This is highly irregular for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can I ask, because I like description, and even if I'm not there, what does Barb look like?
What does Barb look like? She's got a fairly large, well-coiffed afro. And like her makeup is very understated but well done. But you also notice she's got several like augments, like she's got her comlink and things like that. She has a very high-tech look about her. Sleek actioneer's business suit, all black. Very, very sophisticated, but somehow still chipper. All of her accessories are very brightly colored. She's cool. Yeah. Okay, so counselor. Let's see. I can put you in as a master's student interning at the prison in the counseling department from the University of Washington.
That would be great.
All right. I'm sorry. I don't think I could pass you off as a PhD.
Yeah.
I just need a sin to tie your identity to for this.
Elsie does the Matrix version of like shuffling through a wallet with a bunch of different cards.
Let's go. What are we gonna go with? Yeah, I'll use my chem.
Kim, what's the rating?
4.
Okay.
Wow. Again, I didn't even know they'd go that high.
they go higher than that. She kind of tilts her head a little bit. Looks like that all. That'll check out. Yeah. You saw like a brief flash of red pop up on the screen, and her just very quickly closed that window. That checks out.
Sorry.
Kim. So you'll be able to start tomorrow, and then she sort of like goes over to another like a device in this printer, just like she scans a card, and then it just immediately puts a picture. She like looks at you, taps her comm link, and you see like a flash. And she pushes it like.
Oh, I wasn't ready.
Oh well, here's your card. I'm sorry, I don't do retakes.
Okay, thank you.
Can you roll to see how bad it is? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I need to know.
Oh, that's bad.
Good. It's like. So weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have permits for any of them?
All of them.
Okay. Only non-restricted weapons are going to, or forbidden, obviously. I'm going to assume you don't have any forbidden weapons on you, or I would be legally required to have you arrested right now, Kim.
You left them in the van. Legally restricted? Are there things I'm not supposed to have?
Anything that you have a license for that could be considered or argued for personal defense, I might be able to allow you to take 1 or 2 in.
Great.
They don't make license for some of the things.
Yeah. To be clear, rocket launchers are forbidden. You have to literally work for Knight Errant or be, a security force to own. But like a taser glove is restricted, so you can have it as long as you have a license for it. So as long as Kim has a license for any of the weapons, you can take them in.
So this is gonna be
pistols,
interesting.
Like pulled-out pistols, kind of fall into that category
Yeah,
too.
well,
It's like, just list what you want.
Well, for what I have licenses for, I have my sniper rifle.
Definitely not allowed. No sniper rifles for counselors in prison.
I'm asking.
I'm not going to ask why you have a sniper rifle. As far as I'm concerned, you're a master's student at the University of
It's
Washington.
death therapy.
I'm a sport shooter.
Yes. Your sport is shooting things. Continue. What else would you like to bring, Kim? Every time she says your name, it's with this, like, clearly she knows it is a fake sin. She's choosing to ignore this fact.
I have an itty bitty, it's really small, Ares Lightfire 75.
She'll kind of look up. All right. Do you have a license for that?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. Is it tied to your identity?
Yep.
That should be acceptable. You just need to show both your identity for the prison as well as your license when you enter the facility.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. You know what? I'll just go in. It'll be fine.
The guards there are there to protect you. So if a prisoner tries to eat your face off, generally speaking, they'll come right away.
Okay.
Normally the delay is only a couple of minutes. You're trained on restraints, right? Self-defense?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I assumed that was part of the master's course.
Yeah.
So stressed.
Yeah. And I put all 105 pounds of my wrath into those unarmed combat kind of things.
Good. I mean, you'll probably be fine. We've only had a few incidents with the interns.
Okay.
And all of them are still alive.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, thank you, Barb.
She smiles. Goodbye, Kim.
Kim.
All
I
right.
send a message to Cromwell that's like, Crommy, I have to get a whole new slew of permits because I don't have any. They're all under Elsie Blackwood.
Well, talk to Jacob. He can get them for you.
No, I'm just whining.
All right. So Elsie is set up. Fang is on her way.
Wait.
Yeah. So
Do I
you're in
lose
the
the
van with
shock?
John.
Do I? Do they disable the shock part of my hand?
Do you ask John that?
No.
So we'll go into when you get to prison.
Later to
He has removed any like extraneous weapons, so you don't have like your katana or your shotgun or any of those things.
It goes in a special box that comes back to me, right?
I mean, presumably that was never taken into the hospital with you. Like, it's still in the van.
Yeah, you passed out, and I'm sure we dealt with that.
Good, because the wolf blade has the spirit of a wolf.
Yep.
It
yep,
sure does.
Sure does.
And you can't just get a spirit of a wolf anywhere. Especially
sure can't.
getting a katana strong enough that...
It's true, you can't get a spirit of a wolf almost anywhere. You might even say you can't get them
at all.
Anywhere.
But I definitely have.
They're not acquirable, but
Good.
No magical resonance. Or very little essence.
Good. Is my jumpsuit orange?
Yes.
Perfect. Can I cut the sleeves off?
Can you rip the sleeves off? They're not going to give you scissors.
Yes. I don't even rip the sleeve.
Okay, so we'll come back to Fang's entry into prison.
Yeah, okay.
In a moment. And before you guys head off to Corrigan's apartment this evening, is there anything that you're going to be doing?
yeah, I just pick up. I had actually a business clothes on order, so I just pick those up and have them ready in the van. For this particular infiltration, I'm probably gonna do the chameleon suit. I think I'm gonna try to get in there quietly, since we think somebody's gonna be coming after us. Just, you know, I picked up a couple of other supplies, some rope and restraints, sorts of things.
Okay.
Are you okay, Mordecai?
Well, I'm not great, no. I mean, this whole run is a bust.
It's not a bust. I mean, we did what we were asked to do.
I record this conversation for Elsie. Because I know she'd want to hear it.
We did what we were asked to do until our target got assassinated by that damn Scarlet Fire group.
Do you really think we could have stopped that? I mean, all she asked us to do was deliver him. We did. We wouldn't have even been involved if we hadn't stuck around.
Well, she wanted him alive, that was the thing. I definitely remember that was a thing. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I'm always fine in the end.
I didn't know your spirit of man was your father.
He's not my father.
Why did you call him Dad?
I didn't do that.
I have video of like the entire. I mean, you know, Look, I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have brought it up. I just, you know, we haven't talked in a while, and then you blurted out Dad, and I just wondered if you were okay. That's all.
Look, I didn't mean to say that out loud. Look, I'm not very comfortable with that. It's all very complicated. I don't want to burden you with the details of it.
Well, it's not a burden. I'm asking because I care, but you know what? You do you, all right? So if you don't want to talk about it, maybe some other time you do. You let me know.
Yeah. Well, I was adopted, see? I never knew my father. Not my biological father. But whenever I summon a spirit of man, no matter what, it's always him, and I know it's him. He can't tell it to me. He never says it to me, but I just know it's him, and it drives me insane. I didn't mean to drop that on you, but
No, I'm so sorry, Mordecai. That I can't even imagine. It's really beautiful that you get to see him, but I can't.
it haunts me. It should be good, but it's not.
Is there anything you need?
I need to be done with this run already.
All right. Thank you for sharing. I'm here if you need me. All right. I'm ready when you guys are.
I'm ready for this. I've got my knight errant outfit.
Yes, you do.
My
Detective
identification,
Hammer.
the one thing I could probably use, given that I was knocked out and the shiny seems to have run off, is a few more of the shinies, Mordecai.
Sure. Which are you looking for this time?
Well, if I've got to go in, I suppose I need to be a little more believable.
Well, believability. Coming right up.
Hey, thank you guys for getting me out of there.
Of course, Cromwell.
I reach out, lay a hand on Cromwell's shoulder, and there's this sort of surge of energy that happens between us, and his charisma goes up by 4. Did you say something, Mainframe 3?
Just sneezed a little bit. I was getting nostalgic, I guess.
The sharks and bears tattooed around Cromwell's wrist leap into the air, riding each other in circles as he takes control over concentration of the spell. And then the keep calm tattoo at Pip lights up on his shoulder, and he seems to gain a little more concentration.
This magic stuff is very confusing.
Keep calm and carry on.
You should try living with it. I was being sarcastic. You shouldn't actually try living with it.
Don't think I have much of a choice, but I duly noted.
No.
So, Fang,
Oh, hey! It's happening.
the van arrives at prison.
Yeah.
The armored personnel carrier.
Yeah.
You've been handcuffed this whole time. They direct you in, and the first place you go is prisoner intake.
Yeah.
They process your sin. They get your name, and they like hand you your scrubs, your orange jumpsuit, and you get examined, and they're like, we have an augmented one here, and so a mechanic physician comes over and basically scans him. John kind of goes up to him and he's like, don't look too close at anything. And he kind of like flashes something. And the doctor's like, okay, you're clear. So anything that is not physically visible on you can take in. It's like,
I'm making sure nothing.
yeah.
visible
So I
comes
don't
in.
know if how concealed is your gun?
I don't have the gun anymore. I like this noise.
We're just
This is what happens when you go to prison.
The prison is very well landscaped.
bulldozing for a new space out back where we're growing.
Yeah,
It's great.
The gun was definitely the old arms because it was my left arm, and Nassim would not, for some reason, put a gun.
Could have had that fixed yourself.
No, it's good. The only thing that if they looked really deep, they could see there's a little bit of extra energy collecting in the hand.
The shock hand. They do not make any comment about the shock hand.
Oh, good.
How much like orange is the new black is all of this? I'm just...
At some point, if anyone's curious, I will happily pass on what my inspiration for many portions of this episode were. But that's for another time.
Oh, is that for the Twitter?
Yeah, tweet at me. Random Tuesday. All right.
It's still
So,
landscaping at the prison.
they're finished with the landscaping.
Well, no, they need more cells, so they're literally just building
Another cell. And that is the one that Fang is taken to. So a guard, John, he's like, I'm gonna leave you here. Your contact should be arriving soon. Good luck, I guess.
Done this before.
Okay, well, and another, you get basically passed off.
Yeah.
Takes you down, you go through the cell blocks, and we open the door and let you into your cell.
Do I share a cell?
You do share a cell.
Oh, I wonder who I share with.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. If someone was trying to set up a scenario,
Yeah.
I think they would. In your cell is a woman whose picture you recognize. She's sitting on the bed. Her arms are crossed. Her face looks as serious as it was before. Her eyes kind of narrow as you come in. She doesn't say anything.
What bunk is she on?
She's on the top bunk.
Great, I'll take the other one.
Door slams shut behind you.
Great.
He clearly locks in place. Elsie.
This is even the longest stare down in history.
You're on the bunk below her, so you literally aren't looking.
No,
at
no,
her.
it's gonna be
You're
like
just,
days.
Staring.
This
through the mattress.
this is the first step of making friends. Is wait till they're ready for it.
You gotta dominate. That's what you're doing.
That's not what's happening.
You're dominating.
I don't think Fang as like a 6'1" woman is still not a dominating figure.
Elsie.
So I want to try to get acclimated. So I want to find the office I'm supposed to be working in.
So you go in the main entrance. This one is different from when they bring in prisoners. It's like you see a lot of people like sitting in chairs, kind of waiting. Like clearly they're here for visits, trying to meet up with people. Everyone looks kind of sad and a little bit angry. There's just this sense of depression and a little bit of foreboding in the room. All energy and joy and life has been sucked from this place.
And Elsie's like looking around going, I have to not end up here. I have to do better with my life. And that's just like what she's like, is like playing in her mind over and over. She's just walking down the hall.
There's a receptionist person there who's like, people go up and they kind of take down numbers. There's very clearly very thick bulletproof glass between them with a small speaker in it that you can talk through, and like a tiny slot that they can open and close in case they need to pass anything to and from.
Hi, I need to check in.
Write your name on the list and who you're here to see, and we'll contact you when they're available.
Great. Not sure who I'm here to see.
Brother, sister, mother, father, dog.
I'm looking for the counseling. I'm an intern.
Oh, welcome.
Super excited to be here.
Yep, you look like it.
Uh-huh.
It's good to have you on board. Did you get your badge already?
Yeah, sure.
So you can just head on in.
Okay.
Through security, they'll pat you down and
Okay.
do that whole thing, and then hallway to the left, that's the main counseling office.
Okay, thank you.
Third door down.
Did you guys get together and have like a staff lunch or something?
No.
Oh.
I mean, the interns they always seem, I mean, it's the beginning of the term. This is when you're full of joy.
Huh?
So much
They
joy.
kind of lead in. Don't let that spirit fade. Don't. Hold on to that joy. Leave now. Nothing. Never mind. Go through the door now. Thank you. They turn to someone else.
Just like,
So you go through the door. They will. Boop, 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 metal detectors, mad scanners and stuff. Like everyone. There was essentially two doors. There was like the door to go visit people and the door to the office, and you go through the door to the office.
Great.
You get through like the double set hallway. There's just a lot of office doors on.
great. I'll go into the office and is everybody in there?
No, it's empty right now.
Great.
There's like a box of half-eaten donuts and some coffee,
Ooh.
and like an empty, like a terminal that's in the corner.
Great.
An empty desk right now.
Have I been given any like access for the jail computers?
Not yet.
Great. So I want to sit down at the terminal and just see if it's going to need.
It has like a basic login. It's like, please enter your login. Welcome to the counseling system computers.
And no one else is around.
Not right now.
I get on my comm and I say, "Hey, mainframe, how's it going over there?"
Oh, it's good. No secret. No, everything's fine.
Did something happen?
No.
Something
I mean,
always
it's
happens.
not a secret. I mean, it was a secret, but it's not a secret anymore, I guess, now that...
What?
Nothing. It's not important.
Somebody tell me. Okay, tell me later. Fine. I was just wondering if you had a minute to help me with a jail computer here.
You have a computer that needs to be freed from its prison of logins. Yeah, I can. Yeah, sure. I can't do much attack stuff from over here, but I might be able to help a bit, just like we did before. Why don't I? What can I do through her comm link?
Anything that's data processing or firewall related. So firewall would mostly be defense stuff. So you could take a look at it and see kind of what the security thing is asking for.
Right.
You do notice, I mean...
Oh, please tell me there's a post-it note that has a login next to it.
No, but you do notice that there's like a scanner next to it.
Oh, I can just scan my badge. Interesting. I don't know.
It's the future.
I have so much to learn about computers and stuff.
You still haven't graduated.
We're all trained to do things illegal ways. Like Crumbles doesn't actually know doorknobs.
She's just like in a constant
So
state of
I just like
replacing
when
doors.
I'm like talking mainframe and I see the scanner and I'm like, they wouldn't just let me have.
So you boop it and the screen loads up and it's like, welcome to the counseling intern system. Here are your patient files, and it just lists Shell Glasgow.
And I'm like,
The computer voice is like, please click on your patient to learn more information about them and schedule appointments.
You can
I
find out
try
more
to-
about Fang.
Can I try to edit file to add the other Fang's roommate to her patient file?
Could, you would need to jack directly into it.
yeah, I can
Because
do
she's
that.
not on the host, and that's
I
what the
think
computer's on.
if mainframe walks me through it, I can probably do it. I've got I
The
have a
data
thing.
jack for your cyberlink?
I do
a
not have
little cable.
Cable of some sort?
You don't have your mini USB to USB?
Oh,
Which doesn't have a lab.
thanks. Let's see.
Hey, Elsie, do you need any magic? I do magic.
Always helpful, Mordecai. Always helpful.
You know, I don't know that I brought my USB. That's terrible.
They don't have illegal USB cords. Just saying.
It's like, oh, that sucks.
Well, why don't you let me know if you can scrounge up a data jack cable, and if you can plug yourself into one of these systems, I can expand your digital horizons for you.
Great. Good to know. Thank
Assuming
you.
I'm not sneaking around in the dark
Sure.
near
You know.
ordnance that Cromwell has left illicitly in someone's apartment.
Elsie, you should look. I got you a little present inside that smart wig of yours. There's actually a neural network inside of it. What the smart wig comes with that gives you.
I didn't even know. This is why I need to finish high school.
If somebody would buy me a present like that once in a while, that would be nice. Happy birthday to you. All right, so you got... can you figure out how to get that hooked up?
You don't even know when your
think so.
birthday is, mainframe.
Well, I guess that never...
You have to share information like that if you want a cake, but I'll make you one if you want. I just need some teeth.
Oh God, no.
I'm
Well,
running.
that was a roller coaster of a sentence.
Oh no!
I
I
need to
appreciate
go.
the sentiment.
I need to go and restock more teeth from Talia if we're going to be baking a lot of
I
cakes.
just don't even want to know.
Great. So I would like to edit file, and I would like to see what I can do about getting her access to this other person's.
So give me a quick matrix search first, actually.
Oh, okay. 4 hits.
4 hits. So you're able to kind of dig through some of the other counseling files. It's a little tricky, like you can't access any of the direct information, but it will list like who's on what caseload. And it does currently have Talia listed on someone's caseload.
By Talia, you mean
Not Talia. Lottie.
What don't I know about Talia?
She's just randomly in. I'm like, oh, do I tell more to her?
Good. All right. So I did manage to find Lottie. So I would like to.
So you need to make a successful edit file.
Great.
TrudeNet,
And
that's
I'm
what
gonna
it's called.
reconfigure my deck so that my attack is my data.
I was like, what are you talking about?
TrudeNet.
Oh my goodness. I hit my limit. 8 hits. I have edited the crap out of that file. I disassembled every single bit and reassembled it artisanally.
So you definitely pluck Lottie Sokolov's name from the previous case manager and place her under Elsie or Kim. What's Kim's last name?
Watkins.
Kim Watkins.
Yeah.
The master student intern. It says counseling intern under her, so you shift that over.
Congratulations, Kim. You have a new patient.
Ooh.
A new patient has been added to your caseload. Please click on the patient to discover more information about how you can best serve them.
Yeah. I'm just reading everything. But I kind of do take a gander at Fang's file. Just because, Elsie's still...
There would be a lot in there.
No, it's pretty meaty.
Yeah.
What do you want to look for?
I just look up the details of her, the initial arrest that got her in jail. And I don't say anything over the comm. I just read it.
So some details are redacted because you are not privy to specific information. But it does list some basics. Do you want me to say these out loud or pass them on to her later?
No.
I would just love a summary of
we can say it now.
of the event,
we can give
like
it the redacted hints.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
like a summary of what.
Redacted history is that she was convicted of I gotta think of the correct word, of accepting bribes, right? That was the main one?
Is accepting bribes and assisting in the sale and distribution of Tempo.
Okay. And some implications of being not party, what's the accessory.
Accessory.
Ooh.
So those you have the listed charges, but you don't have any other.
Don't have.
Okay.
Murder most.
That's mostly what I just wanted a summary of what had happened since it's probably going to come into play. And then how much time did she spend in prison? Is that
Your
information?
previous one was 2 years or 3 years?
It was I think it was 6 with 3 years parole.
So 3 years were in prison, and then you were in the midst of that parole.
I was very early in the parole. I think it's been 2 months.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, it's something like.
Yeah, it lists like parole violation, left country, parole violation, left city of Seattle Metroplex, parole violation,
That's
possession
sad,
of,
though.
and like the most recent one is like possession of restricted goods.
So did she just like meet us at the? Well, we'll deconstruct this later.
That's sad though, because orcs don't live that long. That's like a large chunk of her life.
Or except shorter
Didn't know
lifespans.
that about us Trogs. We've got a short lifespan.
We blaze
Candle
bright.
The candle that burns bigger burns half as long.
That's
Yes.
That's correct.
Sort of, assuming it's standards. Anyway.
That's profoundly sad.
As you're digging through these files, an individual walks into the room, and they pause. They're also kind of you managed to match your attire pretty quickly, but they seem you went a little more overdressed. They're like pretty casual,
That's exactly what
jeans,
interns do.
polo shirt.
Yeah.
He comes in like he's like goes to refill the coffee. Oh,
Hi.
are you the? You must be the new intern. I was told by some people that you were coming to. I guess you're starting today. Well,
Yeah.
welcome to the job.
Nice to meet you. And your name is?
Should have introduced myself. I'm Lee.
Nice to meet you, Lee.
I'm your supervisor while you're here.
Great.
Sorry, it wasn't. Normally interns start at the start of a quarter, so this is just a little unusual.
Yeah, I had a little bit of it. I had a school transfer, and then things got a little off. So
Yeah.
super. Yeah.
Great to have you here. You must be looking at your caseload. This is the intern computer, so you can take a look there. I can show you where the intern office is, where you'll meet with people. But break room, my office is just next door. If you have any questions, do you have the paperwork? A lot of the other interns had forms that I needed to sign to track their hours and.
There was
how long are
some
you
sort
gonna
of
be?
mix-up, So at the school, so it's my mentor says that she's sending those over, I think, tomorrow. You know, schools and their technology sometimes are.
Oh, okay. So your mentor must be Katie then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we went to grad school together.
Oh!
She stayed on to do her doctorate. She's great. I'll let her know you're here.
Okay, great.
So let me show you to your office, and he'll kind of walk down the hall, and you'll see a sign, and that like right now it has like a little light on the door that says, "Come on in."
Oh!
And you notice that you went through like another set of doors, kind of like to a more secured area, and you see kind of further down the hallway there's some more security guards. Like clearly this is where they bring patients in that are coming in for therapy. The door says, oh, and you also notice that it's a glass window so you can see directly into the room. So as if there was a prisoner inside, the guard would be standing immediately outside to watch. You're not going to be left alone. Well, he's like, this, you know, the doors, they don't lock, so the guards can just come in if anything happens. You know, we have pretty big security protocols here. Only one patient into the counseling office, hallway at a time.
How often do you get attacked?
Depends on your caseload. You've got a new entry. I was told just to put this one person. They just arrived here on your caseload, so you'll probably be fine. Ex-cop, normally. Well, they kind of go one way or the other. If you have any trouble, let me know. We can always switch you out for some easier to handle inmates. Some more white-collar crimes. They tend to be a little less ornery.
Okay. Yeah, that all sounds great. Yeah, I guess I just start by setting up an appointment. I know she just got booked pretty recently, so.
Yeah. You kind of set your own schedule. It's based on your hours. You just put that into the system, and the guards will be notified when they're supposed to bring someone up for an appointment. Typically, we see them once or twice a week. Really depends. You're probably going to start out with some assessments. You've done this before, right? This isn't your first internship.
Oh yeah, I've done it before.
Okay, good. I was not ready. Court is almost over. Oh my god. I need to drink my coffee. I've got a patient in about 10 minutes, so...
Yeah, not a problem. I know you're busy.
Great.
You won't even know I'm here.
Okay.
Great. So,
What can we get about this Lottie person from her file?
Yeah. I want to go back and study the Lottie file.
Okay.
And then I also tell the guard that I assume there's probably some other I need to put an appointment in the books, but I basically schedule a meeting with Fang.
Okay.
So that I'll have time to look at the file and then meet with Fang.
Sounds good. All right. So in the meantime, we go a little back to our other group who are not in jail right now. Night has fallen.
Not yet.
Time for the shadows to run. For the running of the shadows to commence.
It's the shadows that run? I was not aware that it was the shadows that were running.
You know, it really depends. Your shadows might run, depending on what I decide to do.
Interesting.
If you use little clear nail polish, you can keep your shadows from running, so.
Lady joke.
Not pantyhose for those of you. Pantyhose are those things you put on your legs.
Maybe.
It's fifth world stuff.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
No place for that in the sixth world.
In the sixth world, they have pantyhose that have silkworms built in that just re-knit it together.
That sounds horrifying. Why would you want worms on your legs?
They're cybernetics.
They're cyber worms.
I reject this reality. Substitute one without worms on your legs. Let's continue. The shadows are running.
Speaking of rejecting reality, how about we come up with identities for the two of you for not errant, and we try to get in the straight way first, and if that doesn't work, then you go the stealthy way.
All right. Well, I've got my business close, and I believe I posed as Detective Lord once before over at the retreat, so I will do that again.
Detective Lord?
Joe Lord, J-O is my first name, and L-O-R-D is my second name.
Joe Lord, all right. And how about you, Mordecai?
What, Hammer? What's your first name?
Charlie Hammer.
Is this a place that's likely going to want a matching sin? Are you talking about, or do you just?
Well,
want
if
to go
Seth's
in?
at the desk, he might let it go. So I think as long as you feel like you can pull it off, I've got a pretty good sin. I can probably get the two of you in.
All right. Well, in that case, my name is going to be Caspar Bartholomew.
Bartholomew a first name?
It's fine.
It can be two things.
Okay.
He's of the Bartholomews of Quebec.
It's foreign. I don't even know how to spell that.
Quebecian Bartholomew's. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm ready to go in.
I changed in the back of the van because I assume nobody has a problem with that.
All right, everyone roll me your disguise for making yourself look like your roles.
Is that what skill is that? Or what does the
I believe
default
disguise is
there?
charisma, if you're defaulting.
I'm going to use some thumper dice.
Let's see, a disguise kit is
Intuition.
+2, but I actually have a knight errant.
Yes.
So does that give me any?
Oh, wait, disguise
plus?
is intuition enough.
Maybe +5.
No, he has a base one because it's an actual one.
So disguise is charisma.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm going to use some thumper dice at this point. Can you hand me the box? Or, yeah, just give me a handful and I'll figure it out from there.
Yes, sir.
No, disguise is intuition.
Oh, that's different. That's much better. I
Oh, it's
get
intuition? Okay.
more of those.
It's, I'm still going to
I'm
need
still
to
gonna
use
use my
thumper
thumper
dice.
dice because
You handed me 6, so I'm going to use 6.
Okay.
I'm going to use 3 more thumper dice.
That's more like it.
Thumper. Maybe we can pretend to be cops.
You said 3.
No,
You're using Mordecai?
I've got 5 now, thanks to the thumpers.
5 thumper dice? Or 5 total?
Do it.
5
Do it.
total.
Do it.
How many thumper
Re-roll it or
used
keep
No, keep it. Keep it.
Frame, how many thumper dice did you use?
I used 2.
And?
I critically glitched.
Oh!
Oh. Keep it. This is gonna be so great.
Is it obvious to Mordecai and myself that she is
Please
poorly
explain what
disguised?
this looks like.
Just roll me a intuition and a perception. I guess just intuition.
Are you affecting our dice rolls?
Wait, what are we rolling
Are you
for?
minusing them?
I did.
Okay.
Something affected my
to
dice
see-
roll.
anyone who wants to see how good of a disguise mainframe has.
Oh, okay.
It's great disguise.
Please
I got 5 hits.
2 hits.
So it's actually a pretty good disguise, except you forgot that Knight Errant is the one that is currently running security in Seattle. So you have made yourself look like a Lone Star Guard.
Oh my god. How
Can either of them did either of them figure it out?
2 and 5. Mordecai has a pretty good inkling that you did something wrong.
I thought we were going knight errant, not Lone Star. I'm not sure what you're going for there, Mainframe 3.
This is all I.
You look really nice. You look nice.
No, well, I like this. I think this works.
Not saying you don't look nice.
I think this works for our story,
In fact,
though.
he was saying you look nice just when you weren't in the van. He was saying how nice you looked.
Why do you keep talking about how nice I'm saying? I don't think anything is nice ever.
Wow.
Except from Mainframe, you were saying. I remember we had the conversation. You were like, nothing's nice except Mainframe. She's nice.
I'm a little speechless right now. I'm a little embarrassed. Maybe I should just.
Look.
Maybe I shouldn't go in with you.
No, we can work with this. I mean, there's still Lone Star around.
Not as easy
You're-
as it looks.
You're the best of the 3 of us with the computers. You know, I'll admit that. We really need you in there. I think we can make this work, though.
I've got an idea.
Here's the story, because, I mean, my costume is a poncho that I found in a dumpster.
Yeah, what was your disguise?
5.
Okay.
Here's
But I'm disguising myself as a rogue bounty hunter.
What?
So,
all right. Here's the
There's
plan.
nothing about this
Here's
I
the
don't
plan.
like.
Last time we was here, my old partner, Shell Glasgow,
Really good at names.
got in some trouble, and she left a high explosive grenade in an apartment during an investigation.
Whoa.
Wow.
She has since gone to prison. She was such a terrible police officer, and so we're here to retrieve it. And because of oversight, Lone Star's got some oversight, and this bounty hunter what's looking for Shell Glasgow came along.
Oh, how are they looking for some Glasgow?
Well, you didn't know that, and he just wants to make sure the job's done because he's a professional.
Right, I think that'll work. And then we can say that I've hired the Lone Star professional to help us out with this. It's all gonna make perfect sense.
Right.
It makes a surprising amount of sense. I think I've spent too long.
And conveniently, I actually did leave an high explosive grenade in the apartment just in case.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
I am
Just
beyond.
in case what?
Well, I didn't know Emil Corrigan was going to get killed, and I thought I might need to be the one to kill him after we got the information out. So I was going to blow his apartment up when you guys weren't there.
Well, I'm beyond being surprised by such a thing.
You really like grenades. Great, but your plan has significant merit given the circumstances. I'm in.
All right.
All right.
Charlie Hammer's in.
Casper Bartholomew is in.
Lone Star Detective Lord is in.
Great.
Go us!
Oh. Yes.
Mostly adequate.
MMFEC. Only one of us is in jail.
Is that like the tagline?
That's our new tagline.
It is right now.
Only one of
in
us.
jail.
So.
In jail by choice.
Technically not actually.
No.
Technically not actually.
You saw how many parole violations she had in like the last 3 months.
I stayed out of jail for 3 months. New record.
All right, so Detective Hammer, Lord, and Bounty Hunter
Casper Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
KB.
Sorry, I'm just hung up on the fact that that's a first name. Anyway,
It's also his last name.
approach the quite pleasant downtown condo building that used to be the residence of an Emil Corrigan. The front of the building, faces the street, and it's got large glass doors and a main entryway, a main lobby with a gentleman at a security desk, who you recognize because you went in during the same shift time. They're sitting. They appear to be bored, probably playing Pocket Monster Stay on their comlink.
I stride through the doors, which are transparent, into the building in a city that's anything but.
Can we hear him say that?
Yeah.
Yes, he says that out loud.
Okay.
Wow, that's some good monologuing there.
Did you do this last time?
Seth, how's justice?
Detective Hammer?
That's right, it's me again. I've had some rough days over the last few days. You remember Officer Glasgow?
Yeah. What happened?
Well, she made some mistakes, as happens in the line of law. It's a black and white world, and those who are gray turn out to be bad eggs.
Everyone gets edge!
Yay!
Oh,
Thank you, Thumpers!
Thank you, Thumpers.
Numbers. I just like this.
The long and short of it is this. Detective Glasgow may have left a high explosive device in room... let me look here in my notebook. In room 237.
Okay.
And these nice people from Lone Star have come to ensure that Knight Errant removes that device.
She's in a lot of trouble, eh?
And who are these folks? Aren't you with Knight Errant? What?
I'm sorry, this is Detective Lord. Her specialty is law, computers, and demolitions. And this is Bounty Hunter Casper Bartholomew. His experts is bounty hunting, law, and demolitions.
At your service.
we were called in to.
So many demolition experts. Is the apartment building gonna explode? How many bombs did Shell plant?
Seth, may I call you Seth? just standard procedure when in terms of ordnance, we want to make sure that nothing goes wrong. That's why you've got the best on your side.
I would like both of you to roll performance.
Great, that's the thing I have.
As do I now, thanks to my time with
Can I roll
Essie.
con? I'm definitely conning.
I need a performance for how convincing you are as a guard.
Okay.
When you're trying to get him to do something, yeah, then we might go con.
So this episode's interesting.
4.
This one, just this one.
Just this one.
The sharks and bears around Cromwell's arms seem to be helping him hold the sparkles in.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can't let you in there. Knight Errant's given us very explicit instructions that no one's to go in or out of that apartment until they come back with the warrant. Maybe you can call your supervisor and get the warrant sooner?
I am my supervisor.
Maybe you can call yourself and get the warrant?
Of course I can.
I'm gonna...
Seth, you gotta help me out here. You remember Glasgow, all over the place, barely holding it together.
She definitely seemed kind of like a mess.
Her heart was in the right place, but her brain was
I mean,
somewhere
everything's
else.
been kind of a mess lately.
Has it? Have you taken any heat?
Not really yet, but I mean, Corrigan still hasn't shown up, and I was watching the news, and he's dead. So that's not good, and no one's releasing information on what happened to Oaks, and well, things are getting kind of crazy here in the Metroplex, and I'm just trying to do my job. I'm really gonna need to see a warrant.
Look, we could go get a warrant, and those bombs could go off any day. Do you know the neighbors of Emil Corrigan? How are you gonna feel with their deaths on your hands? You know how bureaucracy works.
Roll con.
This is
Thank you, Mordecai, for your spell. 1, 2, 4, 5. It's gonna be my social limit, which is 6.
oh,
That's a really high social limit.
Currently.
Oh yeah, that's right. 6. Okay. Well, I mean, like, how long do you need?
What would you say, Detective Lord?
It's a standard ordnance removal. Given our equipment, I think we can make it in and out in 15 minutes, maybe 20 tops.
I think I can give you 30 minutes. I mean,
Oh, that'd be perfect.
That'd be perfect.
Thank
You're
you.
a good man.
but
Seth.
I'll just go on my break now and pretend that none of this ever happened.
Right, and we don't even know your name.
Okay.
But I do, it's Seth, and I'll remember this. But I won't tell anyone.
I like that.
Roll a performance.
Can I help assist him?
Yeah.
Is he like 16? Like Seth? Poor Seth.
Oh, he's like probably 22.
Oh, poor Seth.
1, you're helping.
I got 3 hits.
2.
Okay, please don't tell anyone about this. I'm gonna go now to the bathroom.
Poor
And he just like walks back into the door through the door behind the desk. He like forgets for a minute to open it. He's like, oh, I'm good.
Nice work. This elevator is really slow, I remember, so.
See? It worked out just fine.
When is your birthday anyway, Mainframe?
I don't.
Is that,
It's
is
June
that
20th.
a hard question?
That's coming up.
Yeah. My birthday's hard for me.
I understand. Birthdays often are difficult.
I mean, it's like the whole world is set up to disappoint you on your birthday. All the trids about people celebrating their birthdays and having a great time, and
I don't
Birthdays are
watch
shit.
trids.
you shouldn't. They make you sad. You see other people having things you don't have, like birthday cake.
Well, we're definitely not going to have a birthday party for you, so just best to set your expectations low.
And
I always
Oh,
do.
con.
I think it's worse if she believes you.
4.
You make a decision. Does mainframe believe him? It's a relatively convincing lie.
Yeah, I know. I don't expect
And
much from
it
people
won't.
anymore.
It won't have the best cake ever either. As I idly thumb and finger some of my baby teeth.
It's got cupcakes version 2.
Man, this elevator takes a long time.
What is this music they play? Why did they do this?
You've acquired like 3 more side missions. The elevator opens to the 2nd floor.
Wait, what? It only went 1 floor?
Well, technically, in my notes, they were on the 5th floor.
But it was room 2.
You're looking at the Scarlet. You're looking at the island's.
No, I thought that. Oh yeah, no, he's apartment 456.
500 and.
I don't remember what 237 was.
237 was the room with the towels.
Yep.
Mainframe
That's
3
right.
can
And
take
then
the
room
5th floor.
348 was the
I'll take the
terrible
4th floor.
Yep.
Cromwell takes the 2nd floor. We're gonna find this guy's apartment.
It's 5th floor, apartment 46.
Wow.
Or we can just go to the 5th floor.
So we have to get back in the elevator.
Yeah, you're like, no, I swear it's 237.
Why did we get off on the 2nd floor, you
The
guys?
room's just
And
full
you
of
thought
towels.
30 minutes was going to be enough time.
Yeah.
30 minutes later.
You get
Oh, look, we're here at the apartment.
Okay.
Well, just look for the room with the police
But-
tape.
There's a door in front of you, and in front of it is like, it's futuristic police tape.
I'm
so
going
it's just
to-
like,
Wait,
It's-
before you go in,
Yeah.
they said we're gonna be watched. Should we
Conceal ourselves. That is a great idea.
First, I want to astrally perceive and see if there's any beings or
Roll an
creatures
astral
inside. 3 hits.
Nope.
And I will run Matrix Perception to see if I detect any abnormal activity that maybe I didn't see last time when I was looking through her comlink. 2 hits.
Nothing jumps out at you.
I got 3 hits on my building security to notice if anything looks like
Nothing looks
crap.
particularly disturbed in the sense that has been messed with. You don't see any like, oh, if you touch this door, you're gonna get electrocuted sorts of traps. It looks like in front of you there's a door. It's got LED police tape on it. And so there's just like a floating, like a banner text that goes across it that's saying, you know, police secure or night errant secured, do not enter, do not cross, authorized personnel only, and like the text just like scrolls across the door.
Mainframe 3, is that tape at all a trap or rigged as far as you can tell? If we disturb it, is there going to be
I mean, I
consequences?
don't think it is, but I will inspect it.
Yeah.
Do I need to inspect it on the Matrix or just visual perception or?
You can give me another matrix to kind of look more closely at the security features.
3.
The tape itself is just a warning message, but you do notice that the lock looks different than the other locks on in the building. It's no longer on the building's host. It's been like separated from it, and it does look to have been beefed up in the way that like the police, who don't want anyone to get into the apartment, may have added additional protections to
Okay.
it.
What kind of lock is it?
This is right now set up as a standard key card RFID maglock, so you would need an authorized like card to swipe.
Or maglock passkey.
Or
rating
maglock
5.
passkey. Yeah, that we could roll. Yeah, you want to do?
Yeah,
wanna use
that's
that?
how I would.
Perfect. Okay, so it's an opposed test. I believe it's the rating of your passkey against the rating of the lock.
Okay, do I
Roll 5
add
dice.
any?
You can if you want to add chat dice, otherwise you're just rolling to 5 for the rating.
Okay, well, don't want to alert people that we're breaking in. And 5 dice is not a lot of dice to be rolling. So I will roll another 4 chat dice. That is perfectly adequate. 4 hits.
The door goes like a hotel lock. You know when you insert the key to it, that flickers red and then green.
All right. If we're moving ahead, I think it's time. I'm gonna do a 4/6 summon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits.
Your net hits are 5.
Nice. And I resist the drain. Sharky appears next to me on the astral plane, resplendent in his aquatic form. And I look at Sharky, and as Sharky materializes for everyone to see, I say, Sharky, take us into the shadows, literally. And Sharky waves his fins, and we all sort of disappear from sight.
May I ask a question?
Go ahead.
What would happen if you did not add literally to the end of that sentence?
You know, I'm very careful with the things that I ask Sharky because he can be capricious, as I said earlier, and he likes mayhem, so let's just be glad I said it the way I did.
Fair enough, I was just curious. Let us creep through the shadows.
All right.
As you creep through the shadows and enter the apartment, we shall turn our attention back to those in prison.
I know what I'm gonna do. I planned it. I spent time. Okay, Fang is gonna make friends.
Yep.
So, it's been time.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's been a couple hours of silence.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
One of us got up to stretch. Don't know which
She's
one.
like doing push-ups on the floor.
Oh, of course she is. That's what you do. Everything's about acting tough. But we're cellmates now, and I'm an ex-cop, so we gotta stick together. She's gonna get beaten up. Cause that's what cellmates.
She's going to get beaten up.
Yeah, because we're a team, and everyone knows we're gonna be a team because we're cellmates. So
please.
I'm gonna.
Tell me how you approach
If
this
she's
friendship.
doing push-ups, Fang is gonna, Does she have chipped arms? Like are her arms upgraded? Augmented?
Would you like to give me a perception of her?
Let's do this. I will.
What do you notice? You can make this an extended test. You've been looking at her for a while.
Wow. Okay.
And add a couple more dice for your personal experience with augmentations.
Good. 7.
7. Okay. So you take some time. You watch her as she's doing push-ups. You notice that her arms don't appear to be augmented.
Great.
And you do see pretty quickly, as soon as she gets up, she swings her feet over the bed, and you see them hanging above her. She's not wearing any shoes.
Yeah.
Most people have shitty flip-flops on. They don't even give you shoelaces.
No, because you can strangle people with shoelaces.
Exactly. And she is not wearing any of that. Her feet look like, you look at it and you're like, that is clearly the crappiest augmentation that you've seen.
Oh, yeah.
And you remember from your time in prison, what they did for you, they don't give you good augments when you're in prison.
No. They want top never. So if she's doing sit-ups, Fang's gonna go on the ground and do, just match the push-ups. Not trying to compete or anything.
Oh, it
but
turns into a competition.
Oh, great. We're gonna do that then.
Give me a body test. Roll strength plus body.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
That wasn't the goal.
Nope.
Dominate, Fang. You gotta dominate. You're in prison.
I wanted to just beta hard enough that they listen to me.
That takes a long time in prison.
Can I add, you know what? I'm gonna go with 5.
5?
Yeah.
She kind of looks over. She stops doing push-ups, and she as you're doing it, she's gonna lean in.
Yeah.
She stands up. I don't know if Fang stops, but this is what she's doing. So Lottie will stand up, kind of stretches, rolls her shoulders back, and as Fang is doing push-ups, she leans over her and just says, not in a whisper, but in this very calm, quiet tone, "How did you keep your arms?"
Oh my god. Does she have red hair? Is she the cook? Is she Kate Mulgrew?
What is happening?
Oh, she has buzzed head.
No.
Damn.
So Fang is gonna roll over onto her back, cause and just do one of those.
Stop doing push-ups. And
Just these things. No. And it's gonna motion closer and maybe sit up a little bit so they can have communication. I have connections, And if we are going to survive in this, we need to have connections. What do you need? Small item first. I'm gonna whisper quiet enough that, because I know that there's cameras because I'm in law enforcement. And, I'm gonna try to stealth quiet enough so that the cameras can't hear. Cameras can't hear.
Interesting. Okay, cameras can't hear. You can, you're sneaking.
Oh, good. So I get this base bonus, and this is the one where I need to add 5.
Yeah.
Chat dice. So thank you, Thumpers, for making sure Fang doesn't ruin everything immediately. Fang, they've helped. 4 for sneakiness.
So you managed to say it pretty quietly. You also sort of position yourself so that the camera, like your face is kind of obscured behind her head between you and the camera.
Good.
And she sort of looks at you quizzically. You're probably negotiating with her, so give me a negotiation.
Just dig deep, girl.
I'm gonna use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the first one. 10.
10.
Chat dice. Guys, we gotta go big or go home on this. So thank you, chat, immediately. Because my negotiate is a 0.
Yeah, you roll 0 dice.
I can do intimidate, but I'm not going that route.
You haven't tried that.
No, we're not doing that yet. And I'm going to use my point of chat edge to re-roll that. All those misses. Because Thumpers, we're trying different Fang. Tough Fang. And that worked a much better. Much better. 6. Double use of those dice, guys.
I love it when Fang is a face.
Yeah.
Well, there's what can you get me?
Small, hand-sized. We'll see what my contact can do.
I would like bliss.
Oh.
Give me a dose. I miss it. The counselor is trying to get me to quit. And then she's going to, like, you hear like the click of her joints in her legs, like it almost hurts you.
Yeah, because I've been there.
I've been know there. What this is, and she leans over, she rolls up one of her pant legs, and you just see it's like it doesn't fit her properly. There's parts that seem to be rusted, and she just places one of her feet on your chest as you're sitting up, and she pushes against you, and she looks at you. I may not have what I used to, but I will destroy you if you are lying, and if you cross me.
Can we? You know what? No one gets to do that to Faye.
So Kate Mulgrew.
Great.
Oh, man.
So I didn't want to start this way.
Footgate.
Faye's gonna grab the leg.
Dominate.
And pull and try to do a cross punch.
Great. Give me an unarmed attack.
Fight!
Yes.
Footgate.
Great, we're starting this real early. I thought, we'd last more than 30 seconds of conversation.
You burn the rest of your summer dice.
Yeah, I think I might. So I rolled normally.
Say it, that was like one interaction with her doing.
I rolled 11 normally. I would like to add.
She's not attacking you. She's threatening.
Oh yeah,
I know.
She's doing.
But you don't.
You said you wanted to beta so hard. She's asserting her dominance as alpha, and you
That's
decided
not happening.
no.
Claudia would like to beta. Fangs never beta.
Only fish get anywhere near her feet or anyone else's feet. I'm
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead
I'm gonna
and roll.
add 5 chat dice to this.
Okay.
And this is not bad, guys. This is not bad.
Okay. Is it good
I
though?
get 6.
Oh. So you managed to grab her leg and you kind of pull on it. What you don't notice, what you didn't realize, is she manages to, like, the way that she lands her fall is almost beautiful in its grace. Like, she lands her fall and then manages to pull her leg out of yours, slam it on the ground, and push her other leg under your chin.
Oh my god, this is great. Can we have a team up?
And then she pulls it back and crouches in front of you. Very nice.
We need to trust each other.
There is no trust here. But if I can rely on you, perhaps we can do business.
Are they flirting now? Don't know.
seduction.
No. So Fang is like, that is a
I
good
like your
end.
spunk trug.
Okay.
Fang's gonna be like, you have to get. No, not gonna say that sentence.
Does she start to speak something?
No. She's like, you learn a lot when you've been here before. And Fang's just gonna go to her bunk and just rest until she can talk to Elsie.
A few minutes later, one of the guards comes and he's like, Glasgow, you have an appointment.
Of course I do.
And he as they do, they're like, we're opening the door, put your hands on the circles on the wall, and like both of you have to do that.
I
And
am
she
a
just
meat
like looks at
popsicle.
you and she's like, she kind of makes eyes like, are you gonna go? You're getting the thing I have asked for? Yes, good luck. And she just sort of smiles. Says, I'm counting on you. The guard comes, puts you in handcuffs, and starts walking you down the
that's
hallway
fair.
and closes the door behind
That's
you.
fair.
Takes you through the office. They kind of wave you, like do a little quick security pat down, and they're like, Miss Kim, Miss what was your last
Watkins.
name? Miss Watkins, your patient is here for their appointment. I will be just outside. The door is not locked. If there's an emergency, I suggest you exit. This is your first time here.
At this facility.
Me? No.
What?
No.
Thank you. So, Miss Glasgow, why don't you have a seat?
I need crayons and paper.
There's like a few supplies, like there's paper and like there's like a locked cabinet that you have access to that has a few like supplies for counseling, like a box of tissues and some crayons. It's only like stubby ends.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I expect.
I set down the paper, I set down the crayons, and then I like look in Fang's eyes and I set down the tissues.
I didn't. So Fang is gonna just start rapidly drawing lots of just the same. I hate this because player Claudia has a different choice than Fang.
Okay,
Okay, so
what's your conundrum?
okay, so Fang's just gonna start rapidly drawing, and it's gonna be like, just be like, stupid person is expecting things that I don't want to give her, and then just like throws another one and gets another one, and you can tell it's like a big smiley face with a circle, and it's like, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to do that. Just like keeps throwing things down. Like the next one's like a rectangle with a point on it. And then she's gonna be like, so I need you to help me figure it out. And then it's a fun happy face.
Why don't you draw me a picture of the deal you made?
Or you can just tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Fine. You can draw me a picture of the deal you made.
Is it going okay?
It's going fine. Like it's the same as before. Like there's this picture after picture after picture, and they're all just terrible drawing. It's more just rage at the paper. There's like one where she like, her nail like rips through the paper.
So, I don't know how long my internship is going to last.
I guessed as much.
So, yeah. So I think it's really important that I make a lot of progress with, does Elsie think that she's being recorded through this?
Probably, yeah. They're definitely there's like very clearly cameras everywhere.
I would assume. So it's really important that I make progress with all of my patients. Even though I have a very light caseload, I hope you will think of me as a resource for you to get you what you emotionally need while you're here.
Like Fang just looks up. Are we bad guys?
Yes, but we're not as bad as the guys in here. Most of them.
So Fang just takes that and just sighs and she starts drawing and you can see that it's starting to be words. She's definitely doing one of these. And she crumples it up. Yeah, one's like, you won't get a C, teacher. Stop cheating. And crumples it up in her hands. And just then starts to throw every single paper in the corner. Just so there's a bunch of piles over there and be like, then we're bad guys. and like motions to the paper before like getting up, being like, "You know better than me what we need to do." And then on one of the papers, in like, probably a brown crayon, because they probably only have brown crayons left. It just says the word.
It's mostly white crayon.
Oh yeah, white crayon on a white piece of.
Sure, I can deal with it.
And it just says, "We all want a little bliss in prison." Is that too? That's probably a little bit too on the nose. But I'm assuming the guard is gonna look through all my teared up pieces of paper.
No, they don't give a shit.
No.
I'm gonna flatten them out and put it together a scrapbook. Of course, everybody in prison wants drugs.
I know.
It's at least the reason why a good third of them are there.
It's an accurate statement.
Great. So.
And then I look back at her and be like, "Don't. Be careful. She's got a nasty kick." And then
Great.
yeah. And then Fang is just like, "It's time. Take me back."
So the guard will escort you back to the cell. Elodie is not there when you get back. She's probably in the yard.
She's probably doing her physical therapy because they pretend like they put money towards it, but the physical therapist is like, "Run in a circle." Okay, go.
I make an appointment for Lottie to be. Yeah.
Excellent. Let us pause from the prison and return to Corrigan's apartment. As they open the door,
Do we need to roll for sneak?
you may give me your stealth. Yes, that would be lovely. I will take your stealth check. All of you have a bonus because you are concealed.
What's the bonus?
You don't. I have a
She's
sorry. I have a
equalizing.
penalty.
She has a
You have an
penalty.
advantage.
I have no more dice. I used it.
4, 3, 4. Excellent. So you open the door. It's very quiet. The lights are off. There's a few the little sort of hum of machines. It's nighttime, but you can see the small amount of moonlight filtering in through the window and casting some dramatic shadows in the room. As you look around, you don't immediately see anything that is a threat to you. There is the terminal. It appears to be off, or at least sleep mode that they had discussed before, sitting on the table in the living room.
Great. Well, I will sneak up to the terminal.
While she's doing that, I'm just gonna try to do some old-fashioned detective work and look around the apartment and see what I can find.
Casper.
Yeah. Wait, do we still need to do the personas?
We're being watched and possibly listened to. I'd keep away from the windows.
Sure thing. Charlie?
Charlie Hammer.
Charlie
Justice.
Hammer. Got it.
Justice.
Guys, maybe stop introducing yourselves to each other.
Casper.
So are you're looking around doing some old-fashioned detective work?
Yeah.
You can make an extended perception test. If you're doing some sensing, I'll kind of roll those into one to see if you're
Sure.
doing some like looking astrally as well.
I will not look astrally. I will carefully look to make sure I don't see any traps or anything, and make my way to the closet where I put the grenade into the outlet. I believe we decided, and retrieve that.
Yes.
Okay.
Frame. Head over
So,
to the.
and I just send a text to them. I don't speak. Well, God damn it, Mordecai. Fine. With subvocal microphone because I know better. I just say, I'm going into VR. Watch my back, and I data jack into the machine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running silently, but I'm in VR, so this penalties and bonus negate each other. And I assume I start with the matrix perception to see what's in there. 3 hits.
So as you're scanning on the device itself, you kind of pause for a moment, and as the machine sort of hums to life and the matrix sort of coalesces around you, you notice there's like a strange shape within that, and you realize if you give me when you look at it with closer inspection, there's a certain amount of familiarity. You've encountered something like this before. It doesn't seem aggressive, but it is a sprite.
All right, but it doesn't know I'm here yet. Fine. So I have technomancer knowledge. Do I believe it is more strategic to attack the sprite or just get the data and run?
Give me an intuition and knowledge test.
Okay. Intuition plus that. Yeah. 2 hits.
So when you look closer at this sprite, it's a little different from the ones you've seen before. It's operating, it's not a machine or a fault sprite, which is the one that you encountered before. This one is, I can't remember, it's a data sprite. I'm using the slightly wrong name. But it's essentially, its function is to monitor the system. Like it's snooping on it. It's probably roughly the equivalent of a patrol IC, where it might alert someone else to your presence within the system. So it really depends on how fast you can be in extracting the information that you want.
I want to get the data and run.
Okay.
It will only escalate. Do I need to run another check to see what files are around?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was not. I'm gonna use. I'm just gonna I need to find stuff and get out. I'm going to use my edge to reroll all of my misses, of which there were 10.
Okay. In the meantime, Cromwell and then Mordecai first. What was your perception?
17.
17?
Ooh. It was an extended test.
It was an extended test. So as you're looking around the apartment, it relays a lot of the similar information that Cromwell said. It's died off over time, but there's kind of that underlying sense from the astral plane that there was some sort of struggle or conflict here. And you've noticed like there's some upturned furniture, and it looks like there was some sort of a fight. Any astral signatures have since more or less dissipated. But as you are looking, you do notice that there is a beast spirit that is concealed and guarding the premises.
Oh shit. You
So go ahead and roll initiative.
Damn it.
Oh,
Cromwell,
yeah.
what was your check? Did you manage to retrieve? You were just retrieving the
Tell me,
device.
you rolling?
Just on my
Everyone
way.
roll initiative.
On my way, being careful. Also, probably astrally perceiving, I had 11.
Okay. Similar thing. It took a while because the spirit concealed itself and was guarding, which is why your initial search did not detect it. And it seems initially to be watching you and registering that you are not, in fact, supposed to be there. You are not the authorized personnel for this site.
32.
32. Okay.
Thanks.
That's actually a great initiative.
Look at my initiative.
Whoa! Whoa!
34.
Wow.
No way.
23.
23. Nice.
Wait.
That's not right.
32.
There. That's worse.
I'll live with it.
Got 32. It's not so bad.
It's not so bad. I think Mordecai has more edge.
Oh, there we go.
Cromwell has more edge.
Okay.
But
So
Cromwell doesn't know, right?
you guys, he was astrally perceiving, so eventually you guys managed to get past the spirit concealment right around the time it was like, it also got through your concealment. It was basically a spirit concealment off that it sort of picked up on your astral signatures, and it's like, it trains on the mage. Cromwell, you become aware that in the other room there is a spirit.
No.
I have 3 hits on my perception.
Okay. So as we'll start with Cromwell. He goes first. Highest initiative.
How far is it to the beast spirit?
Probably about 10 meters.
10 meters. At this point, I think it sees us probably. Cromwell just charges and will hit it with his killing fists.
Okay.
And he says, just so Mainframe's aware, I guess he doesn't know if Mordecai knows yet too. He says, there's some sort of critter spirit in here.
I know.
Duly noted. I ain't gonna be any help on that. I'll try to get out as fast as possible.
All right, make your attack, Cromwell.
All right, +2 for charging. And I'm gonna use, because I rolled very poorly, I really want to take it down. I'm gonna use my edge to re-roll the misses. So let's just do it like this. 8.
Okay. Your net hits are 3.
My net hits are 3, then I hit it for, it does not, it gets past its spirit. Cromwell flips, he tries to kind of silently do a very, it's kind of a British gentleman's little stroll, Bartitsu move, that ends in a surprise fisticuff to the beast's face. Much as Sherlock Holmes might punch the Hound of the Baskervilles had it been real.
Good.
Well, I guess it's kind of real. So it does 15 damage.
It resists, actually, a fair chunk of it, despite only resisting with its body. And it kind of recoils back. And unfortunately, it's not its turn, so it cannot yet communicate that there are intruders. Mordecai.
Damn it, Cromwell. You had to go with the fists. All right, I'm lunging at him with my Wappy Slappy Punch spell.
Okay.
And you should get +2 to your attack, because I'm in
Excellent.
melee combat with it as well.
Teamwork makes the dream work. What do we call this color?
I am going to use my point of Thumper Edge to re-roll the misses
We're rolling
on
terribly.
that,
Magic
which
fingers?
means I'm
rolling
re-rolling.
quite well right now.
Well, I'm re-rolling 18 dice.
Wow.
What?
What?
Can we just buy hits at that point?
I mean,
No, not for combat.
That's a little better. 8 hits.
8 hits. Your net hits are 2.
All right,
That's-
so it's 12 stun damage,
Okay.
and armor piercing isn't relevant. So
Oh, unfortunately, that time I rolled terribly.
Ha
The spirit lets out kind of this ghostly howl as it dematerializes and is sent back to the astral plane before it is able to communicate
I think that was a grin.
to its owner.
It's bad luck.
Which puts it at Mainframe's turn, and the threat is currently gone.
so wait.
I mean, the sprite
out
is still
of
there, but
initiative.
Right. No, because there's still
Oh,
something
there's
in my...
Mainframe 3, you're gonna have to move quickly now. I think whoever summoned that spirit is going to know that we got rid of it. So
Duly noted. And what was the result of my perception before we dropped into initiative?
how many hits was it?
3.
3. You managed to kind of slough through, and you had some clues of what you were going to look for because you were kind of given some direction.
And I've
from
seen
when-
this machine a
and
little
you've
bit
seen it before, so you had an advantage. So when you're looking through, your focus is on mostly personal, like, communication files, and you find several that are scrubbed. What you notice is what's more interesting is that there is a currently inactive external link on the computer. Like, you see that there is a connection that could be activated, perhaps with some sort of physical device.
What do I know? Do I know enough to know whether I want to shut that down?
It's currently off. It is not connected
Okay.
at all.
Interesting. What do I see as far as data itself? Like, are there encrypted packets?
Everything on the computer has been scrubbed. Like, you look at it and you're like, this was exactly like the Knight Errant people said, that all of the important information was erased from these files.
Can I trace? Is it trace the icon of?
Yes.
This,
First,
this
place
connection?
a mark on that connection, and then you could trace the other
Great.
on it.
Love marks. Marks are great.
I'd like to use my knowledge of astral security to figure out how long we probably have now that we've disrupted the spirit before anything else comes up.
There's 3 thumper. There's 3
I only got
thumper
1
dice.
hit.
Somewhere between now and 30 minutes.
We've only got up to 30 minutes, but maybe right away. So
I know, Mordecai.
I'm just
put up-
saying.
Mordecai, you also had noticed, and this is delightful because you were the one that noticed this, as with your very high perception, as you're looking around, like, you go next to Mainframe and you, like, touch the computer and you're like, probably shouldn't touch that. And then you, like, pick up this thing next to the computer that clearly looks like some sort of It's like plugged into the monitor. You have no idea what it is, but you saw it. It's connected to the monitor, or to the terminal.
Wait.
Mainframe.
I got 4 hits on my attempt to mark the.
You succeed in placing a mark on it.
Okay. Can I see? Cause his comlink slave to mine. Can I see what he's seeing?
No, because you're not looking through his eyeballs. I don't know if he has like a smart link system or anything. Mordecai
Camera is
probably like
facing backwards.
Would I recognize that it's something unusual?
give me your logic and intuition on technological things.
Yeah. 4 hits.
4 hits. You might comment on it to mainframe before you got distracted by the spirit. You kind of moved back in time.
Hey, mainframe 3, are round doohickeys like this normal? Hooked up to a computer?
That's a great question. Is this the thing that I've just marked then?
I mean, you probably have a better understanding that that doohickey is a device that is connected to the terminal that you have just marked.
Oh.
It's
Great.
currently inactive.
Currently inactive, but I marked it, so now I can get onto it and do the things anyway.
Well, you have 1 mark on it, so if you want to take a look at it, give me a closer perception check on it. First perception.
5 hits.
It is a data link, but it is an external data link that will set up a secure connection, encrypted connection, to send information from the terminal that it is plugged into to an external location. As it is, you would need to convince it that you are an authorized user and have the credentials to connect to that data link.
What kind of credentials are they looking for?
Well, in this case, you would need 3 marks on it to convince it that you are its owner, and then you'd need to spoof a command.
Now, can I just take this device with me and use it elsewhere, not in this apartment?
Yeah.
Great, let's do that. Is there anything else of value on this machine? Any ghosts of it's just
Nope, it has been scrubbed. You notice, you're like, wow, it's like empty in here.
great. Just to make Cromwell happy, I set the screensaver up flying toasters. And yeah.
Good.
Nice.
And then I come back out of VR, grab the device. Thank you, Mordecai. Let's go.
You got everything you need then?
I've got what I need for now.
All
There's
right.
nothing else I can do here that I can't do somewhere else safely.
I wasn't able to find anything else in my searches as well, so we'd better get out of here then. Let's
I
hoof it.
pocket that device very safely.
So you guys head quickly out of the apartment. You notice that Seth is not at the desk. It's only been about 15 minutes. And make it out of Corrigan's downtown apartment, where we shall return our focus to Elsie, whose newest patient is being delivered.
Yes.
The guard is going to, like, when they look at the appointment, they're gonna like peek their head in and be like, "Are you sure this is assigned to your caseload? She's kind of a tough one. She was seeing Lee before this."
I think it's all fine. She's in my caseload, so.
Okay. I'm gonna just keep I'm gonna stand real close to the door.
Okay. You know, whatever makes you comfortable.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have some concerns?
You'll be fine.
Okay.
Just fine.
Thank
Everything's
you.
fine. Everything's fine. Okay. And so they come and they bring Lottie. She's still cuffed and she sits down, and they did not uncuff her when she sits down.
That's fine.
Are you the contact? You look too young to be in here.
I'm an intern.
And a little girl.
My name is Kim Watkins. Nice to meet you.
Oh, you're so happy.
I was just looking over your file. I'm gonna be taking on your case for a while I'm here as an intern.
Yes, so intern. This sounds like accurate description of your qualifications.
Dominate.
Not everyone can dominate the same person unless that person chooses that lifestyle.
Would you like me to talk about my mother? My feelings about my father? I don't know. Are we going Freud on this?
What would you like to talk about?
Are you the contact?
am I the contact?
Yes.
I'm sorry, are you looking for a contact?
I made a request of a friend. Acquaintance. And I was wondering if, given that I am now here with Intern, this may be related.
You're here with what?
Intern.
Oh.
Lee and I had such good relationship. I only choked him once.
Just once, huh? That's pretty good. So, I see...
Why did we let this happen? Why did we let the one person, other than the two people with Berserk, with rage into this?
Wait, she chose this.
This feels like an episode of The Office. It's just this awkwardness hanging in the air.
I see here that it looks like Lee was trying to get you off of Bliss. How is that going?
I'm not happy.
Yeah, I understand. Bliss withdrawal can be very difficult. I understand.
Yes. And? You have point?
Well, I asked a question. How is it going?
I said I gave answer.
Well, if you would give me a little bit more information, there might be something I can do to help your symptoms.
Oh. Well, it sucks. It's like having eyes ripped out and head ripped off. I should know, because I've done that to people and they tell me what it is like before they die.
They actually articulate that. They're like, I'm
You
getting
see
my
it
head
in their
ripped off
eyes
and
as
this
you
is
set
how
the
I'm
bomb
feeling
off.
in this moment. Right, okay. So here's the nice thing. I'm an intern, I'm not gonna be here super long. So,
No, you're not.
and I'm not really, because I'm not an inmate, I'm not really in your hierarchy system. So, whatever relationship you and I end up having, that's kind of a closed environment, if you know what I mean. So, we can have a hostile relationship.
This is not hostile. If it was hostile, you would not be breathing.
Thank you.
Or the guard would be in here already. This is not hostile. This is friendly.
You're very talkative.
I talk about things I don't care about.
You're very talkative.
Is there something you'd like me to talk about more? I said, my mother, my father.
No, I was just thinking, you must be having a lot of bliss withdrawal because, see, you're actually the person that's initiating conversation with me, which I think is interesting because usually in these situations, I have to break someone down and, convince them to talk with me, but you are rolling already to find out if I'm the contact to get you your drugs.
Well, yes.
Yes.
Otherwise, you are useless to me.
Great. Well, I am. And
good.
I can. But I really want you to know, as I was saying before, that I really see this as a business relationship.
Oh.
So, really, we can have, whatever kind of relationship we decide to have in here, and it doesn't affect your status to the outside world. But the threats and whatnot do slow the... All right, take her out.
And the guard comes in and he's like, hands it in! She's like, she just like laughs as she like puts her hands up and the guard leaves her out. I'm not affecting my status. Girl, I have...
I'm sorry I'm shutting the door for you because we're done. Thank you.
So she heads back to the cell.
Can Elsie have like a world's best intern mug?
No, she was the worst intern.
No, but she should have a mug that says world's best intern.
Everybody alphas in their own way.
Yeah.
I alpha by
Sometimes it's not about, grabbing someone's foot and twisting it. Sometimes it's about controlling access and conversations.
Oh, yeah.
So, and also she's just done. She's done so much paperwork today, and she's already had like 2 appointments. It's getting like end of the day. I'm just like, screw this. I'm like going home. I'm gonna put in a tray and put my feet up and like just, finish my paperwork and
comes-
whatever class like evaluation I have to.
She comes back into the cell.
Yeah.
The guard kind of lets her in, and she's still sort of chuckling and smiling. You have the lovely friends. Did you have good appointment today? Because it did not go the way I wanted it to.
Oh, it didn't.
No. So it seems you are not so useful to me. And I don't think you want the rest of the inmates to know that you are a cop with special treatment.
Oh, shit. Dominate.
Prison games.
I am not good at prison games. Things to be very blunt. I am not good at prison games. I'll be honest. You are much better at prison games. But here's the thing. My arms work, and yours don't.
Oh, these arms work fine.
Oh, no, they don't. No, they don't.
Are you threatening me?
Never. Because we're a team. And if you want to do the things that you want to do, like get legs that work and get happy for once,
If you can get me out of here,
we're very far away from that.
then you are pleased. You can enjoy rotting in here as long as I do.
We'll be together forever.
Best friends!
Best friends. Comrades! Comrades!
Cut to 6 months later.
Awesome. We're gonna annoy her to death.
Wait, I need to do a test.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty sure she's gonna try to stab me tonight. Probably with a very sharpened toenail. What is a test to not die? Or like stay awake?
Are you trying to not sleep
You
through
a
the
dead
night?
night trigger?
I definitely want a lot of that, like,
I love this so
light
much.
sleeping, because Fang knows that her last time was not good here. She came in prison with 2 fangs.
Oh,
So, I would like to be able to not be shanked in the middle of the first night.
Judge intentions.
Great. 1.
Right now, as far as you can tell, she finds you endearing.
That's like the number
cute,
1 word.
like cute, and she's not afraid of you.
No, she shouldn't be.
No.
No.
So night passes.
Do I die?
No, you're still
This
alive.
is greatest day ever.
In the morning, she jumps down from the bed. Roommate, how
Comrade!
did your first night go?
Well, trust was built because I didn't, shove my hand down your throat, and you didn't kick my head off.
It's driving me crazy.
That was so nice of each other.
Aren't we
You see,
great
though,
friends?
my methodology is not so much with the kicking your head off, but more the explosions.
Oh, is that where your legs went?
Oh, too soon.
No, it's
What
fine.
happened to your arms?
Yes.
Oh.
I think we're gonna be great friends.
And then she pauses for a moment.
I made the start. My contact is very finicky.
Your contact is little girl.
Yes. Yes. But, and this is where, where is she sitting?
She jumped off the bed and she's leaning against the wall, arms
Great.
crossed.
I'm gonna do one of these next to my bunk.
Give me a. Oh, what's the Mickey Nicey Nice? Seduction.
No, that's not the purpose of this. You would definitely know. I would be blowing every dice I own.
Etiquette. Give me etiquette.
Etiquette,
What is
that's
the base of etiquette?
charisma.
Do you have any social skills? You have intimidate, right?
I have intimidate. I'm not
Great.
gonna intimidate her onto the bed. That's rude. So I guess she's gonna pat 0 dice. No. Okay.
She raises one eyebrow at you. We are not that good of friends.
No.
Are you trying to seduce me?
Why does she think that?
I'm not attracted to you.
You don't have to.
This is my favorite book, A Day in the Life of Shel Glaskalevich.
Pretty much to my fine.
So it's
What do you
reference.
want? She kind of she
Yeah.
leans forward. What do you want? You didn't come here just to talk to me.
Well,
To
no.
see what I wanted.
No.
Clearly, this is intended to be business relationship.
Yes.
And so far, your contact has proved to be useless. So tell me, what do you want and what can you give me for it?
Well, for one, you don't like being here.
Do you like it? Yes, you state obvious. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Well
Yes.
done. Well done.
I like you. And my goal is by the end of this, you get someone in here that you might like. And also, I'm gonna continue. You get a little bit more comfier stay. To do that, you have to pretend to like the intern. You have to listen to sometimes what she asks.
If she gets me small thing, little thing
I-
to prove that you are useful to me, that both of you are not completely useless, then we have ground to stand on for this negotiation.
I have already submitted the request because we are bad guys now. But
You're not dominating.
But
I am glad that you speak to a little girl like she is boss.
you'd be surprised. But the issue is that it can't seem like you're getting special treatment. So we're gonna keep this very quiet and very hush-hush. Because if people knew that you were being treated special, well then maybe your friends on the outside would also know. And that would not be good for you.
They are not my friends anymore.
They are not my friends either. There are so many ways we're connected.
You know who they are.
Oh yeah.
Are they the reason you're here?
You are smart. I like you. Not in a like way. You're not you
Again, you're cute, but not my type.
Oh, no. I'm not.
Frog.
Yeah, okay. I see.
Anything more to say?
I
We
think
go work out now.
we go work out. I'll help you with your arms. They look a little wimpy.
She just walks away, and definitely the next time you are on the yard and you are standing there like lifting weights, she comes in and just accidentally on purpose sweeps your leg out.
Oh,
from
yeah,
underneath
oh,
you.
yeah.
She's like, oh, sorry, I meant to help you with your legs. They look a little weak.
This is the best friendship ever.
It's like lifting buddies.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have an appointment with Fang before?
No.
You can just meet with Lottie.
Yeah.
So she's brought in again.
Thanks, fine.
Hey, Lottie.
Hello.
How's it going?
Great. To be clear, do you want me to talk more or less?
Well, I'd like you to communicate a little bit better. I would like you to maybe less with the like posturing stuff and more actually like.
Do I need to cry? Is this as part of act?
I got you some crayons if drawing helps.
The new mission is to rehabilitate
really hope
Lottie.
you give it a try.
This is the worst.
And so I hand her a crayon box that is obviously like a little off.
She'll like open the box, just like, and pulls out one. There's like clearly one crayon in there, and she is like, she does.
Wait.
Give me a.
No.
There's some.
no.
Oh, there's something else in there.
Yeah. This is what I assume it is.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Special crayon.
I like. There's a
Small.
crayon in there.
A crayon.
Like a crayon as well.
Yeah.
Give me a
Because-
quick perception check.
Wow.
2.
I'm gonna color the one crayon as Humanus White.
So she pulls out the crayon and then like puts the box kind of like on her leg and you don't really notice it, but then eventually she like puts it on the table and it's empty.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, it's a beautiful crayon. It starts like paper and drawing on paper. This is my mother, and she holds up just a picture.
Is she a good artist?
Eh.
Is she better than Faye?
What's her artist?
It's like a picture of someone like holding a bomb. This is my mother. Is it?
Oh. Okay.
This is I don't know. What is this book? This is what Lee asked about, so you know.
Was she a Shadowrunner?
It's not actually. Are we really doing this?
Well, I was just curious if she was part of Scarlet Fire.
Scarlet Fire. They were a good job till they left me behind. They don't really care. We don't care about each other. We just care about job.
Yeah.
Job is what is important. If you, as a Shadowrunner, care about anything, you get hurt.
Doesn't that make it kind of, I mean, if you don't care about anything.
You care about Nanuya? The benefits? That was a little French. And go back to Russian now.
So, the job that got you in here was pretty high profile. Targeting Juga Shivili.
Yes.
So they probably wouldn't attempt to, getting caught for that kind of job makes a few enemies probably in the Metroplex.
I don't want to make more of enemies by talking about them.
Yeah, I get that. I guess it depends on what kind of friends you're looking to make. And I would like to hear more about that job.
She'll lean back and she's like, I suppose one bridge has already been burned. There's 2 mages. You met them?
Mages.
I think I've been shown a couple pictures.
Yero and Rosa.
We have names.
They're twins. Best mages you will ever meet.
Second
Trust
best.
me, you will never actually know what Rosa looks like, and her twin brother doesn't really help. I suppose they're identical, but, he's Hina, so.
So we've got the twins.
She was in the building, as she does. Very good at disguise. Mage was on spirit duty, and then there was Tai. Street samurai.
Wait.
His job was the grab. We got her into the van. I wasn't doing so much here. I had set up the perimeter on the safe house. Perimeter being explosions. To be clear, mostly bombs. And the last is Queen Bee. She is the Decker. You'll know on the Matrix when you get stung. It was probably by her.
Had you worked long with them?
About a year. We've done a few other missions. Good pay. Very good. Mostly wet work. I don't really mind what the job is, so long as I get the monies. So they beat you good, did they?
They definitely gave a few people in Seattle a run for their money. So you can kind of understand, as a point of pride, among other things, conditions such as jobs and whatnot, there's a little bit of skin in the game.
Be careful with them. They are very good at what they do, and they do not care who makes it out alive, except for themselves. The twins only care about each other, and everyone else only cares about themselves. Or the job.
So, what was the objective of this mission?
We were supposed to hand her over. Now, if you want to know to who and who funded it, that will cost you a little more.
Well, I'm not surprised and I'm not insulted. So, now we're doing business.
It's been a pleasure. Would you like to know my price?
Absolutely.
I suppose getting me out is too much to ask, so I will accept new legs.
New legs. Well,
Really, my old ones back.
Okay. I don't know much about cybernetics, but certainly I think your cellmate does. So,
She managed to come in with a pretty set herself, which is unusual for prisoners. Trust me, someone will notice soon.
well, it seems like your new legs are causing you a lot of systemic, habitual pain.
Certainly.
So,
Emotional too. It's very hard shit. I can cry. Do I need to cry now?
it would be really helpful if you could make a drawing about your pain.
She like takes the crayon and she's like, angry pain face. Like, holds it up. It's still in white. It's the only crayon she has right now.
Fang's old arms on her legs, and she can
Oh my
run
God,
around
no.
like a monkey.
No! That's nightmare fuel.
Then put swords on them.
Sword hands and...
Okay. I'll see what I can do. And are you going to be comfortable in the next day?
I will be here.
with the crayons I gave you.
And then she sort of like pats her leg, and you hear like a slightly hollow sound. You're like, oh, she very clearly has a compartment in her leg. Like, I will be here.
All right. Well, nice talking to you today.
She heads out with the guard, who's like,
Have a super evening.
That went surprisingly well. You're very good. I'm gonna put in a solid recommendation for you.
I'm so scared. That was terrifying. And I just start crying.
Oh, do you, Lee? Let's go talk to Lee. So Fang, you notice when she comes back, she doesn't really say. She like smiles at you and nods, and she's like, "We play game now. Ball is this game."
Sure.
Great.
Sure, comrade.
Talk to you in the morning, and she like lies down and.
Yeah.
down.
It is a very quiet night, I assume.
Yeah, you are not afraid of
I am
getting
definitely
stabbed.
not afraid today, but I am a little
afraid
bit
of getting stabbed.
frumpy. As soon as I can tell that she's used the mood of the room drops. Except for her.
Hers is through
Yeah,
the roof.
it goes like this. Before it was
Pretty
both
great.
jumping.
It's pretty great. All right, Elsie, you have a set of cyber legs to acquire.
So I sent a message to Team Fake Cop, and I say, hey, this is what I found out about Scarlet Fire, according to our dubious contact. So take all of this with a grain of salt, because she totally just wanted some bliss. And I pass over all of the information and names and of the team. And then I say, hey, it looks like I need to get some cybernetic legs back. I was wondering, like, Mainframe, do you think, somebody tell me about, do you guys think that they would be in, like, the jail holding?
It
Like,
would have to be a medical storage facility. I don't think they're going to keep these
In a locker.
They're not going to keep them in a locker. Like, you know, your clothes.
Yeah.
Great, they'll be in a box, but
technically, upon release from prison, you get these things back, right?
I believe that's how
Unless
that
they're
works.
forbidden, yeah.
But there's probably genetic material associated with them since they've been, you know.
We're actually working for Not Errant for once. We could just ask him this time.
Great. I need to ask them a question
Or
anyway,
them, but
so
kind of,
I'll
great.
reach out to them.
So, and in the meantime, I schedule an appointment with
Not
Fang.
directly against them.
Working with them.
I'd like to call Jane.
Yeah.
Is it Jane?
Yeah.
Yes. Hello.
This is Night Errant Research and Development.
Yes, hello, Jane. We spoke earlier in the hospital.
Oh, yes, you are. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Mainframe. It's mainframe.
Mainframe.
Yes.
Mainframe, great.
It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Well, Jane, two questions for you.
Yeah.
First of all, where would cybernetic implants that have been taken from a prisoner be kept, hypothetically?
That's a very interesting hypothetical question. In a hypothetical answer, cybernetic legs that have been taken from a prisoner would most likely be kept on site in the prison's cold storage or cyber hospital secure facility. Typically speaking, they would do in-house procedures to have them replaced for patients that are or prisoners that are of a significant threat, and obviously upon release, we are somewhat obliged to have them reinstalled, assuming they're not forbidden.
Naturally. Thank you very much for that information. Secondly, I was wondering if I might be able to visit a secure, a clean room of some sort. I have a device that may help us in our investigation, but I would like to activate the link from a secure environment should it generate interest. I think it would be of all of our best interest if Knight Errant was able to defend any interest that might be.
Certainly. You're talking like Faraday cage or cybernetic or cyber matrix?
Just a position from within your host where I might be able to connect a device to potentially cloud storage.
As long as you are amicable to some security oversight during your time here.
Naturally.
The Ares family would welcome you home.
Naturally. Great. I will.
You're certainly allowed to be here.
I will be over in a few hours. Thank you.
Great.
Good. I will see you then.
How's the drone been treating you?
Oh, the fly is great.
Good.
Saved our. It was very.
We may have tapped into some of that information.
I thought you might.
We're just checking up on your well-being.
Is that a group where we listening in on that?
Probably not. There's no way Mainframe's gonna share that with us. Like, some of us finally revealed.
Well, she didn't know she was gonna say it. That's why I'm asking. We're usually in on Elsie's conversations over the com. But we up to whether Mainframe would have kept that secure or not.
No, that was private.
So when you head in to Ares, they'll meet with you. They're very pleasant to you. And take you into one of their facilities. They're like, this is Taniqua. She'll be watching and hanging out, spending some time with you while you are using our facilities. So many names. So many names of people who work at Ares.
You okay, Mainframe 3? You look like you've seen a ghost. Ghosts aren't real, by the way. Except for my dad.
What about that?
It's complicated.
What about that ghost dog we just punched?
I am missing all the good plot.
It's not a ghost, it's a spirit.
Jail sucks.
What's the difference in a ghost and a spirit? It's the same thing.
Wow, so much comforting in so little time, and yet there's nothing to be comforted about, so everything's fine. No, thank you. I'm just, it's been a long run. I would like to get it resolved for everyone's benefit.
Well, I'll drink slightly dirty water to that.
You do have a way with words.
Would you drink clean water to it?
No vitamins.
Not particularly partial. So I would like to connect that device, which I procured, and activate. And I assume it's rebooted, so I've got to remark it.
Yes.
Shall we?
Yep. So the first thing you'll need to do is place the 3 marks on it to then spoof the command that you are in charge of it.
Great. And since I'm in a secure facility, I'm not going to bother running silent. I'm just going to run in VR, get my extra dice. Let's do this.
So go ahead and just give me all 3 mark tests. I'll let you know how many you get.
Let's see. 3, 5, and 5. 3, 5, and 5.
Place all 3 marks on it, so you are able to spoof a command to tell it that you are its owner, and basically to activate it.
Great. I shall do so. I activate the link, and I look eagerly to see where the link extends.
So the first one is give me a spoof command, which is computer plus intuition.
Great.
Processing.
That's now 2, but I'm going to use some thumper dice, because I don't really know what this device is capable of, and I don't want to alarm it.
Please don't blow.
Oh, that was excellent.
How many thumper dice?
I used 3 thumper dice. Now I have 4 hits.
Okay.
Thank you,
So you spoof the command. You basically tell it. Once you had looked at the device, you realized that it was a biometric scanner. So it was designed to kind of register a specific person to activate. And it kind of pops up with a little message of like send data, yes, no, and then if you hit yes, it's like attach data file, and then it asks you to send the data if you do that.
Okay. Do I need to set up a snoop or something? Because essentially what I want to do is, am I tracing the data I'm about to send to its destination, or
yes.
am I? Yeah, great. So
Yeah.
trace. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I just pull up a random poem that I wrote sometime.
So it's a haiku.
Yeah, and I send that across to one.
Captain Roger.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's about something.
Captain Roger is so cool.
And then I'm gonna use trace.
It's not just counting syllables.
Oh, really?
No.
Trace icon.
Yes.
I swear it's 575. The haiku.
5 hits.
So you notice as you send the data,
Send the poem.
It immediately becomes like incredibly complexly encrypted. Like it runs it through an algorithm on the computer and the device, and you're like, wow, that is an intense encryption to break through, and then attaches a data bomb to it as it travels down the line. So you're able to trace this icon all the way down, and when you get there, you follow it through, and it basically places it into a secured server, and then immediately disconnects the connection.
But I found the secured server.
So you found the secured server. So you are able to match it to your real life location, which is the First Corporation Bank.
First Corporation Bank.
That's what a bank account. That's why you gave us the bank account, because it was a clue.
I give you so many things that you always follow up on.
All right. So
give me a quick corporate knowledge.
That's the thing I have. 5 hits. So 6 hits.
So one, you kind of look up the First Corporation Bank, and it only has one branch. And you suspect that its major function is to shuffle new yen around into offshore accounts for, avoiding taxes and thieves. And then its other function that it serves is a secure storage. So one of the things that people often do is basically store their files in a completely isolated location that can't be accessed from the matrix. You can only access it in person. And you notice that this connection is only one way. If you try and tap into any of these things, you're up against a huge amount of security. And it'll immediately disconnect itself from the matrix. This is the only connection in and out of that, and in each individual who utilizes that account would have that device to deposit data.
Now, do I know enough about this
Specifically
protocol
released
to
back
know
then.
whether or not that Emil has to show up? Or can it be anyone with the proper credentials and data access token?
Most likely, Emil would have to show up, or someone who's authorized to remove that information from his account.
Wonder what happened to his body.
That's an excellent question.
No.
We have masks, It's things that we do.
So, we shall return to Elsie and Fang, who are meeting in prison.
Oh, we actually meeting?
I guess. You set up another appointment with her.
Yeah, just meet with her briefly and kind of clue her in on what's going on.
Yeah, I figured that she got what she needed.
How are you holding up?
It's fine. It's really easy. I can feel that I was getting a therapist because you're my therapist.
Sure.
For the next week. So after this, you can't remember any of this because you're my therapist. That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Confidentiality.
Yeah.
Patient privilege.
Does Elsie turn on the comm as she says that?
No, of course not.
Oh.
This is a little bit better.
There's a lot of noise, too. Talking in and out of the prison is difficult.
It's really interesting. Not interesting. The person who I am in prison is not the person I'm in prison. And I feel bad for not even bad. I feel a connection to Lady. Lady is me, but not me.
You made a lot of bad decisions.
We're very similar in a lot of ways. And there was probably just one road that she took differently. And I know a long time ago I chose not to do the things that she did, and yet we're in the same place. And to be able to get out of this place, I have to be I have to go back there. I have to be the person who I didn't want to be.
I think you've changed a lot probably since you were here last, that even if you wanted to go back and be that person, that exact person, you wouldn't be able to be.
No, I can feel it. like the longer I stay here, the more I feel it. Like, it would be so easy to stay here. And we need this to end quickly.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm gonna do something. I don't want to do something, but it's gonna happen. Like, I don't know if this ever happens to you, but like, there are moments where it's like, it's so much easier to do the bad thing, to be a bad guy. Well, and it's a lot easier now that I don't have a sword.
I mean, it's situation, right? It's like, I mean, that's why I left Boston and got away from my crazy mafia family.
Yeah,
it's because if I stayed, I would have done all these things I didn't want to do.
But it would be so easy.
I still have to fight to, like, even though I decided to leave, like, I still have to make decisions to not do these things. I don't want to do them, but sometimes I do.
Yeah. Because it's so, like, I can't stop saying it's so easy. Like, it's like, I am a bad guy. I have to make active choices to not be a bad person. And you, like, that's what's so, like, I should stay here, but I don't want to be here. Does that make sense? Like, I
think, I mean, this is just what I think though, Fang. Like, the thing is, like, I think everybody's a bad person, but the really good ones, they're the ones that every day they get up and they hear that voice that wants them to do something and they tell it no and they succeed. Like, that's the difference between, you know, the really bad guys and the good guys, right?
I want it. I want so bad to be a good guy.
Do you think the fact that I have given drugs to a couple people makes me a bad person?
It doesn't make us good people.
No. But is it?
It's not good. Are we not good?
We're trying to be good.
I want us to be good.
So let's be good.
Okay, let's then get out of here. Let's do good things.
I just have to get some legs out of bio storage.
And Fang looks at the guard. What is the guard doing?
He's fairly nonchalantly, like, standing outside, looking through the window, kind of there just in case. Mostly if you, like, pounce towards her, that's when he's gonna come in.
Fang's not gonna do it.
Shock baton blazing.
Well, let's get you out of here. Let's get both of us out of here before we end up becoming, like, part of the normal residents.
No, but my fear is if we do the things we need to do, she will do bad things. And
you think giving her legs?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like, I know for a fact if I had these arms before, I would be doing way worse things.
Is she one of the really bad ones?
She's got it rough. She's got it rough. If she had a couple months with you, she'd probably be a good guy. She's not a good guy. So, if we're gonna do this, we have to be ready for what happens.
Well,
I think
there's plan B, which I don't think you or I want to do, which is... What is it? Oh gosh. Okay, you know what? Listen, I know you're not great at the keeping secrets thing.
Yeah, I'm not. No.
So we're just not going to talk about what plan B is.
Great, because we're not going to do it, right?
Sure.
Because that's plan bad guy.
Totally.
Except we're going to do plan A good guy.
Yep.
So let's do
everything's fine.
Let's go to the biomedical storage. We've done this before.
Oh yeah.
We could totally do it again, but better.
Probably do this a lot.
Oh, my arm hurts. Everything hurts.
You have your taser glove on you, right?
I assume if I could bring it in, I would have.
Yeah. It's stealthy enough. You were probably able to bring it in. You both think, perhaps simultaneously imagine for a moment, that say you applied electric shock to her arm, it might fritz a little bit for a little while, and would be a convincing bonus to making your way to the medical treatment.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I think is gonna happen.
Okay.
You're just gonna hand the legs back to her.
I mean,
To be clear, she probably wants them installed as well.
did not
Make
specify
that part of the deal.
Fair.
Ah.
Going to Guardians of the Galaxy on this shit.
Pray that we do not alter the deal further.
Can you let us know the plan or not?
Do we have the plan?
I send. So I'm gonna fritz your arm
Yeah.
as an excuse.
The bad arm, right? Not the nice arm.
No, I'm
If
definitely.
you have contacts at all, right?
No.
And you could talk to.
We didn't get to that. You were like fritz her arm. I'm like, okay.
That
the
sounds like a
G1
great
wants it,
plan.
fritz her arm. No, we have.
No, we got
I
this plan.
assume we can call up Knight Errant and be like, hey, help us with this leg.
Yeah.
So I don't think we need to fritz the
No.
arm. No.
Oh wow, we're
I
not
kind of
fritzing
just
the arm?
wanted it to happen.
I mean,
Yeah,
I was all
no.
for that. Self-mutilation is.
No, this is one of those devil on my shoulder moments. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. I don't want to send
I
you
play both.
to bed with like a bad arm.
Oh, okay, that's a
Where
something
you,
different.
it's like, oh.
It's cool.
So you have not let us know, or you have?
So we end our discussion, and I send a message to the team, and I say, okay, so I'm gonna need, we need to contact. I mean, I guess technically I can go home from work. I don't sleep.
Yeah, that's
Kinda weird.
you're not,
One
you're
of
not a
us
prisoner
could leave.
yourself.
You go back to your cell.
And I'm like leaving the jail, and I'm like, I cannot end up here. I cannot end up here.
So what are we just gonna meet at the Rapid Rabbit?
Yeah.
And debrief?
4 of you are.
Sure.
Some of us are.
I buy Fang a drink and I just put it at a place.
Pour it out.
You pour one out for your homie. So, as you meet up at the Rapid Rabbit, we shall leave there for the evening.
Oh, good.
You are pouring yourself a drink. Fang is lying on her cold
What is for
prison
dinner? Is it yucky
cot.
soba?
Yeah, they have yucky soyba.
Oh, God.
And
there's a pun.
misoy
Misoy soup.
misoy goop. That is what they serve you for dinner. That is what you can eat.
I would love to be kitchen.
Alone at a table in the prison.
Yeah, no one's
cell.
gonna sit with me. I'm not wearing pink. Or
Yeah.
no.
Lottie is also eating alone.
Really?
Good choice.
Oh. Did I try to sit there and she glared at me?
Yeah, yeah. She's slowly joined by her posse.
Oh, she has posse.
Do they all have shaved heads? And our comrades?
Yes, they are comrades. And the rest of you pour one out for your homie as
I eat
Oz
fries.
makes you comfortable with fries
I feel really bad eating them.
No, you don't.
at the Rapid Rabbit. So, that has been our
Yay.
Role playing!
They have acquired a location of a lot of data, and Fang is in jail.
We all knew this was gonna
fine.
happen.
Everything's fine. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Our GM Rai, the roll stuff guy, will be out very soon to roll stuff for the corporate metagame.
And we're
Yay.
gonna read the chat.
Yeah, we don't get to
Donations.
see chat. There are all kinds of things they
Here,
probably
do you want me to
care
set
about.
up chat?
That would be great.
I will do the thing.
Go do the thing.
It was like I feel lucky that I was able to have a little bit of backstory. That was special. I feel like the magic girl today.
The special girl.
Magic backstory girl.
The magic backstory.
Rai, do you want a seat?
Yeah.
Where did the
You can have that.
where did the typey type thing go?
This is the exciting transition from the show
Oh!
to our corporate war.
I've got
This.
controversial news.
What is the controversial news?
I already rolled all the dice.
What? Wait.
Twist!
Oh, here we go. I figured it
That's
out.
right.
Did it go
It
up?
seemed like dramatically more efficient, so kind of all about that.
Did it happen? Okay.
Did no one pay
What
for
that
us?
means? What's that?
Did no one pay to get us to roll stuff?
Yes, so that brings up a good point. Since I rolled this all ahead of time and going on for the future, I'm going to keep doing that unless you hire a runner. And then it makes it even more special
See it growing.
than it already is, where their magic hands touch your dice.
Hi, chat.
What?
Chat.
Hi,
In
chat.
fact, only one of us is in prison.
Only one of us. I figured it out. There was another tab open.
Horizon didn't hire me to roll again for them.
Horizon, yeah.
Isn't it nice how you're not rolling?
They're over Hammer and Fang this
Give
week.
them all ones.
Maybe the pilot is still like kind of finding the right studio to pick it up.
They're trying to think, is it going to be picked up by like the Yahoo network or...
I don't think that exists
No,
anymore.
it definitely does. It doesn't exist now.
I think Yahoo is part of NeoNet.
NeoNet is all the media.
All right. Hey.
Hi, guys.
All right, so let me quickly go over the results which have happened for this week. So there's a couple things to touch on. Of course, we have our lottery tonight.
Whoa!
Which is huge. As well, we have plenty of research, a little bit of the newly revamped PR campaign. I'm glad someone's testing that out because now you are also smearing while you're campaigning at all times.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh, second season's Hammer and Lord.
I know.
Thing goes quick.
Creates a lot of drama. All right, so for research today, guys, let's quickly cover that, and then let's read out all your awesome donations, and then it's gonna be Honesty Hour.
Nice.
So here we go. For Evo, we had some research into magical goods. Rumors report that they are working on a talisman that will actually allow you to consume food, that prevents you from consuming food with a specific ingredient of your choosing. So for all you food allergy out there,
What an,
I'm one
what
of those
an
people.
oddly specific thing.
that is very specific and very awesome. Why does that not
Yeah,
exist
can we
yet?
get that now?
Yes, please.
Seriously. So we had a really nice roll for you guys. You got a 14% increase in your market share for magical goods for Evo. Congratulations!
Woo!
Nice.
Woo!
All right, and for Horizon, they are working on their ever-growing media conglomerate, and they received a 4% increase. It was actually really big for them because they have a huge market share.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're
Feel bad for
big
last
dogs.
hit, so.
Mitsuhama has banked all their points, and NeoNet is covered for now. Seder Krupp, though, they are working on some research for robotics with a boost, which got them a solid 4% increase. 4%, not bad. And then as well, they are researching magical goods, and they had a big 10% increase on magical goods. So I can't wait to see what sort of trinkets, talismans, and doodads they're coming out with. We'll find out more about that next week, of course, on Corporate News. And as well, let's see, we have Wuxing working on their financial sector, and they got a 6% increase for their financial sector. So congratulations to you guys. And now for PR, we actually had an interesting PR campaign from Evo, and it was focused on their biotech and also on agriculture for Seder Krupp.
Intercepted.
It made some sort of insinuations that there was issues with Brakhaven.
Oh, no!
Yeah,
Poisoning?
It wasn't.
there was a quote-unquote incident, but like all our favorite fast food, be it McDonald's, Taco Bell, pick your own, we still keep coming back for it despite knowing how bad it is for us. And in this case, that is the same. There was no effect. It didn't backfire, but it's not gonna stop anyone from eating Brakhaven because it's delicious.
Right. It's awesome.
Yes.
It's the worst.
It is. It's the best worst. All right, so now for our lottery, our big winner for the lottery, who's hiring these awesome Shadowrunners, is gonna be As Technology.
Out of
Working for
curiosity,
evil.
did
No.
you change it so that you're announcing it? Because it used to be a secret.
Oh shit. Well,
I mean, we find out anyway.
now it's not a
Yeah.
secret.
Guys, I'm really excited.
I don't know if that actually changes anything, but if it does, I apologize. I just wanted the world to know because it's awesome. Everyone else who participated, though, will be getting NPC runners that we can work on together to put you on your own custom mission with me. One-on-one mission time.
Oh, good.
Can't wait. So, wow, that was so easy. Oh my gosh, I'm always gonna do that now. Great. So we are through the rolling, and it is time to talk about donations. Oh my gosh, here we go. first of all, as always, thank you guys for all the donations, all the support you show us.
Thank you so
especially
much.
for all the other ways that you guys support us through follows, likes, through sharing and talking on social media, from bugging your friends to watch the show. Seriously, there's, like any industry, there's nothing better than word of mouth. So that stuff means a big deal to us. All right. And what do we got here?
It's really cool.
I do wanna. Are we moving to donations?
Yeah.
I wanna say, I know people have not been hashtagging their corpse as a way of avoiding the shit list, but I just want you to know the shit list is alive and well, and things.
So if you don't tag, then you're definitely on the shit list. It's basically
Yeah,
that.
well, it's the process of elimination.
There's no winning
right?
in Shadowrun.
That's true, actually. There is no winning. You try to be a good guy and then you give people bliss.
I win.
Yeah. Oh, guys, Factali says yeah.
No, the winner is the audience because
That technology
get to
might
watch
be
you
harder.
guys.
A shower MG.
I heard that as technology had a giant spider in the basement. I mean,
A
a giant
dragon.
dragon in the basement.
Yeah.
And a
And
giant spider.
And an astral rift.
Well, you guys did hear. Apparently, there was some just naked person in downtown Seattle screaming about a giant spider fighting a dragon, and also they claim to be a member of Shiawase.
Oh, and at the end is nigh?
sounds
Do they have an
believable.
end is nigh shirt? Or
Definitely
Yeah.
sounds like a thing.
Very, very strange. Is probably nothing to worry about. I certainly wouldn't recommend researching or investigating it at all. All right, so for tonight. Oh wait, is this it?
Wait.
Demolition 1.
Oh my gosh, did we get some half dice?
We love you.
We got some half dice tonight.
Oh, really?
I thought we were over that. I thought that was so 2 weeks ago.
No, it never
It never ceases to end.
never ceases to end.
All right, so we had, starting it off with White Wabbit, of course. Thank you, White Wabbit, for your $10 donation. Here's a half dice for Cromwell and Lauren.
Thanks.
Half dice.
It makes
glad he
sense.
broke
It makes
off.
sense. It came from White Wabbit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone was gonna do it.
He
Legion
curates
dog
the burn
said
ward.
It adds up. All right, and Prosperous Guard, $10, one die to Mordecai. I saw the footage showing a giant cat that looked like cornbread swatting down the Space Needle. It was crazy.
What?
Also, an urgent report to wish QQ a happy birthday ASAP. That is clearly more important. Anyway, good luck. MMFEC, yeah, I don't know what drugs they were taking.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but with cornbread there. But thanks.
Personal problem.
That's crazy. But QQ's birthday, totally legit. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Happy birthday, QQ.
Dude, I have just been eating QQ cake all day and
Oh,
no
wait.
real food.
Finish my piece.
Cute.
What does QQ cake taste like?
That.
Here.
Well, one tastes like chocolate and the other tastes like
A little bit salty
What?
and savory.
I was gonna say carrot cake, but yeah.
I think it tastes like salty tears.
Yeah.
I learned it so late.
William TW, thank you for the $60 donation. Here are 6 dice for from Neonet to help you all go MMFEC, go super professional Lauren.
Thank you.
And from Krellin, $30, 3 dice for Fang from Horizon. Use them to not die.
I did. I almost got beat up in
Decent
prison.
pun, decent pun. I'll give you that.
Ah!
All right, Legion Dog, $10. Hi, number 1 biped Lauren. What are dice? Are dice like tennis balls? You should have a dice then. Yes, yes, yes. Less than 3.
That was.
Thanks, Legion Dog.
We like Legion Dog.
Phrasing.
Wow.
I had a dog on stream the other day
Ah.
Oh, yes.
that also ate a tennis ball.
Like,
Turns out that, legitimately,
Oh.
that dog then ate a tennis ball during school today. And
It was a lab. Or it is a lab.
Yeah. It ate half a tennis ball.
As
Don't
long
eat
as,
tennis
as
balls.
long as you don't eat our thumper dice, we'll be okay. All right,
Things
Kate-
have gone very sideways in the chat. We got a tip from Satyr Crap that says, "To hell with your whisks, Elsie. We're not afraid of you." Everyone is calling phrasing on
Oh,
the
shit.
conversation about cake. There's
Yeah.
a dog that likes tennis balls.
Wait, why are we saying phrasing about cake?
You asked what QQ tasted like.
The cake.
Yeah, you
caught
definitely
yourself.
could
then-
work on the phrasing. It was
Oh, we're gonna-
strictly
wait,
a
wait, wait.
phrasing issue.
Do I need to
What
go to
does
the
QQ
PR
taste
office?
like?
Oh God, do I need to go?
That's what you asked.
There's no HR
To be
here,
clear.
you know?
You just go to prison.
You asked what QQ
Lauren
tastes
can't talk.
Claudia
Like
puts
your
the
spunk.
HR in HRPG.
All right, so KB Tips, $30. Thanks so much. Fang is best at making friends. Also, last name hype.
Yeah, that happened.
Thanks so much. And Celadir, $20. Neonet donates to Mainframe, hashtag hospital hack.
Oh, thank you, Neonet.
I like random hashtags. They make me happy. All right, to Hoots, $30, 3 dice for the Duchess of Muppets mainframe. Remember, Scoob wants you to brick all the data. Evo, word frame, ship it.
Thank you, Tahoots. Brick.
You'll never stop. You'll never stop.
No.
Faithless 79, $10 because stolen Jello is best Jello. 1 die to Cromwell.
Is it?
Nice. I
true.
get your Jello.
Yeah. Was it delicious?
It was.
They didn't have any pudding.
Cherry.
It was soy organic. Or
Cherry.
it was.
Do you get any
non-organic
karma
soy.
for succeeding in that Shadowrun?
He who runs the Jello.
The great Jello caper.
I got Jello better than karma.
Prosperous Guard, $10, 1 die for Cromwell. Tony, great work on that one shot. It was real fun to watch. I don't know why Cromwell has only a couple dice, but this cannot stand. I agree. Great job, everybody, with that one shot. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Also, Mr. Owl, $20, 2 dice for Cromwell. Let's postpone that reincarnation. Hashtag. Oh, and Tahoots, $10. You traitor! How could you mainframe dice for Mordecai? Because his tiny dwarven heart will need it. Glad. I was wondering where that was gonna end.
Wrong? They're not. Everything's fine.
Thank you to Hoots for looking out for my tiny dwarven heart.
Also, he said hashtag Evo, hashtag ship it, hashtag please ship it, hashtag sad face.
We had a moment. It is a
That was a
valid
really-
moment.
I heard you were pretty nice. Yeah. That's the word on the street. All right, KB Tibbs with $70. Oh, prison episode. 2 dice for Elsie, 2 for Fang, and 3 for GM Lauren.
Oh, thanks,
KB Tibbs. And Mrs. Cashew, $10. MageWorks, a division.
Oh, that's technology?
Of, wow, what? You just took the words out of my mouth.
This is really great marketing.
Supports his magic users. Yeah, they're on brand. 1 die for Cromwell to have a better tomorrow.
Well, thank you.
So I kind of thought that was going to go to Mordecai.
Mediocre.
Yeah, Mordecai did too, but that's okay.
All right, Tempest, $40.
That's a broken heart.
Yeah.
As well. 2 dice for Elsie, 2 dice to mainframe. Help them free all the suffering computers of the chains of logins and password protection.
Thank you. A nice reference. I like it when they reference. Yeah.
And to Hoods, $10. 1 die for mainframe. Will you please hack Fang's ankle bracelet?
Oh, it's escalated far beyond ankle
Yeah.
bracelet at this point.
All right, so Tahoots does sometimes not focus all on shipping.
Well done, Tahoots.
Wow.
Excellent.
Maybe he ships.
Although technically he's shipping my cyber deck and the ankle bracelet.
Like
That is
Fang
one
and
way to
ankle
look
bracelets.
at it. I mean, interface is really just another way of. Anyways, Kimchi, $110, 6 dice for Fang, and 5 to Cromwell. Make them sing with joy, you shiny seagulls.
Love it.
I like that. That should be like a
I
lyric
will,
in a
I will
song.
be a seagull for that amount of money.
Thank you,
Facts.
Kimchi. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And to Hoods, $10, dice for mainframe, for Edge. Hashtag Evo, hashtag thank you, Tony, for trying to right the ship.
Oh, I tried.
Thanks.
Hi,
Thank you,
Lake,
to
you.
Hoods.
Can you use pilot aircraft for wingman skills?
Damn, that was a great joke. Wow.
Now it feels like a terrible
No,
joke. when
sorry.
you say that.
I-
Pull it up with that.
I didn't mean that to sound sarcastic at all. I did actually greatly enjoy that.
Yeah.
All right, BP Phantom, $50, 2 dice for the lovable lug Cromwell, 2 dice to mainframe with the burning questions. Which one isn't a friend?
Yeah, right?
Hashtag sinless, and of course, die to Kaka Lauren Legion.
Which one isn't the friend?
All friends.
Find out next week.
All friends.
I'm totally gonna use that like wingman joke. I'm gonna rework that into like every RPG I play now.
Cannot do it.
You have to make it specific though to the skills.
Yeah, of course. It'll be like, yeah, I don't know. When I'm playing
Dragon
like
Hamlet.
acrobatics.
Let me use a dragon hailing the. No, can't
Cast
do it.
fly.
Yeah, can I cast fly to be a
Yeah.
wingman?
Oh man. Okay, you're right. No.
And now it's funny.
Now it's not funny anymore. Sorry. I ruined it already.
ruined the
That was
joke.
quick.
Beat it.
Woo! Guys, thank you all so much for tuning into Shadowrun Corporate Sins. Thank you all so much for playing along in the Shadowrun metagame. It is a ton of fun to be GMing for you guys. I've really enjoyed all the PR statements and all the secrets that I can't mention on air besides the ones I do. And yes, excited to see what happens next with our runners and excited to get those NPC runner missions together with you guys. So this has been Shadowrun Corporate Sins. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Hyper RPG. We really appreciate you all hanging out here, and we will be back in just a few with Honesty Hour at 10 p.m. with the Overlord. Edition and all the stuff going on at Hyper RPG behind the scenes.
I would like to know all those things.
Good night. Stick around.
Good night.
Good night.
See you next